What's going on? Bust down, Pantheoners. Happy Thursday. We're a little late this Thursday again, but it's all right. Don't worry about it. We here, back in effect. Got myself, Darius to my left. Chill on my right, or the other left and the other right. What's going on, folks? How we doing this Thursday?
Doing good. Life is lifing, but love it, man. Another recast T'Challa day. So welcome to the hundreds of people who don't usually watch.
Yeah, bail us out. Bail us out.
You said
a little
that.
bit. Bail us out. Book accuracy only exists to justify screwing T'Challa.
Oh, you're talking about how, in the 1990s, would T'Challa really be the Black Panther? Let's put T'Chaka in the X-Men animated show.
My God. What are we even talking about?
No, but Marcus, you have to understand, there's only upset when T'Challa is replaced with Shuri, not when T'Challa is replaced with T'Child, with T'Chaka. We know that Azuri is going to be the T'Challa from the Damn Teenagers concept art. Remember that one?
Because it's a picture here. Name. We mad when the woman Panthers show up. We don't want no woman Panther.
I don't know who these content creators are who are representing the anti-women sentiment, but it's not over here.
What was funny, because I got sent that video too. What was funny about it is that bruh admits kind of early that, like, I don't really follow the canon. I don't really know too much about the background. So, like, fam, why are we here then? Why are you stepping into this realm about some stuff that you're admitting you don't really know what it is you're talking about?
Let's play
Jill showed it to I haven't seen the whole thing, but Jill showed me, like, I think maybe 5 seconds before we came on. Because I hadn't seen this. I'm not searching for it. I'm glad I wasn't tagged. I'm glad it wasn't sent to me. I said the same thing you just said, though. Then why are you commenting? If this is not your realm, why are you commenting? But anyway, go ahead and press play on that.
It's given misogyny. It's given sexism. The majority of the comments and the remarks that I'm seeing about this just seems like it's coming from incels who hate women. I'ma just keep it a stack. It's given misogyny.
I think he's a gamer type guy. Lotus Sakura is his name. Lotus at Sakura, actually. So he's got Sakura on his t-shirt, by the way. That's a Naruto character. Whatever he is and whoever he is, he's got an audience. And if I could talk to him and just be like, yo, this is what it actually is. It's not really like that. You're looking at magnifying 1% of people who are anti-women. That's definitely not what I was ever on. I can say E-Man was never on that when he was making the rounds talking about T'Challa. Always for Shuri can have a movie, no problems. Just don't kill T'Challa. I don't know where they're looking for to find this. Whoever these comments are coming from people with 72 followers. It's like this. Anyways,
it's lazy. It's lazy. It allows you to not have to, and I'm, for any listeners, I promise I'm not this is not a veiled shot at any direction, but it is always a tale to me when someone chooses to hang on the most frivolous parts of your speech, avoiding any interaction with the merit of what it is you're actually trying to debate. It's so obvious, right? If we're having a back and forth, if we have a disagreement, if we are on two separate sides of the ideological spectrum, it should be enough in between us to debate without me telling you who you are as a person, what you believe, what your morals are. You know what I mean? Like, I can't possibly cast any of those aspersions on you. I don't know you. That's not the basis of this conversation. Nor should we use that as a jumping off point of debate. If you're walking into the debate saying, hey, that person over there is an istphobe, whatever, just for the sake of them not agreeing with you, right? If I can otherize the person on the other side of the argument, it's really a disqualifying factor from both sides. If I can disqualify you as a person who lacks morals, or a person who is not acting in earnest, then I don't have to debate you. Then nothing you really say is of any value, because you're not a trustworthy person. And from their standpoint, why would I engage with a person who's not taking me in earnest? What is the point then? What is the point of even engaging? And that's where I think all of that gets from. It's a workaround. If I can't deal with the merits of the argument, oh, you can just be a misogynist. Now nothing you say even matters. And that applies to a lot of other spectrums in life that are going on right now, politically and whatnot. We don't have to do that right now. But it's like, as long as I call you a name, then I don't have to debate you. Then I don't have to have a point. I don't have to actually argue or stand on what it is I believe, as long as you are one of them, one of those. And it's irritating, man. You made the point of, where are you even finding these people at? Where are the anti-Shuri for the sake of her not having a pair of family jewels folks at? Where's that crowd at? Where you see it? Because again, it's easy enough to call those individuals out by name. It's easy enough to point to them directly and say, okay, that's where it's coming from. We think about incels, the red pill community. We know plenty of names that we can point to as being beacons of that community, right? Why is it when we talk about this, there's nobody to lay it at their feet? We just got to put it at the movement. We have to put it at the whole collective, because there's really no direct line from this quote unquote misogyny around this topic to an individual. You got beef with Boyce Watkins, go hit his act. Okay? You got beef with whatever random celebrity dipped their toe into this in the last 5 years. Go at them. Or if you are of the mindset to go argue with Twitter bots with 70 followers, like Chillmonger said, do that. But when we get over here and we cast this broad net and say all of them, the entire idea behind it is this, that, and the third, you're simply not engaging in any real thought behind it. You're trying to disqualify it.
They can't substantiate. Why are you using words like, Marcus? That's a you.
Substantiate.
They can't substantiate their point. Only talking points. Well, I want all these people for Shuri. Yeah, what's wrong with Shuri? And she's better than T'Challa. When they come in with the T'Child, I need all of you on the boycott train. I need you to say, how dare Marvel do this and not use Shuri anymore?
That's going to break their brains. It's going to break their brains to see. They're going to be like, but you wanted a male Black Panther. But didn't you want a guy back in the suit? You got a guy.
What I wanted was the greatest melanated hero in the history of fiction to continue elevating, not replacement.
Yeah. I mean, very easy argument to have, right? Like, this is not the idea that we're going to pass the protagonist role in the franchise around to several different characters in one iteration. Like, this is not over multiple swings at Black Panther. This is one Black Panther franchise, and now we're working on our third in so many movies too. Ain't like we got a whole shit ton of Black Panther movies in the franchise. We're working on our third, and we're also working on our third Black Panther. So tell me how that compares to other IPs, other superhero IPs in the early stages of their buildup.
Hey, Marcus, you're beginning to sound like. Go ahead.
No, I was just go ahead. You got it.
That you're beginning to sound like the artist who created that comic book where Black Panther Shuri becomes the Black Panther in those comic books. He's saying some of the same stuff you're saying about how they didn't recast and not recast for all the other superheroes. They just always had the superheroes. It's crazy how the people who you would think would have the most investment. So guys like Derek Bozeman, brother of Chad, or even his late widow, when she spoke on that Wakanda Forever podcast episode, saying Chad would want it, and while she would it would be difficult, but she knows that the character needs to move on. The people who are the closest, like the guy who actually did the artwork for this character, Shuri, and adapted scenes like the desert sun and some of the fighting scenes with Namor that Shuri had. He drew Namor versus Shuri. Guys like him are even saying, nah, T'Challa's way too important and they gotta be recasted. Chillmonger has the exclusive scoop at Toronto Comic Con a couple of weeks ago, and I sat on this video for a week like this. Artist Ken Lashley, should they recast T'Challa?
Hey, how are you? Should they recast? Absolutely. I think the Black Panther character is bigger than any actor. And I just think that even though he did a phenomenal job, even though we love what is, and I met him, he's a super nice guy, Black Panther is bigger than that.
This is coming from a guy who you were at the Wakanda Forever premiere, right?
Yes,
you felt the vibes, you saw it all.
It was amazing. It was a great experience to be there and see the work that I worked on, translated to screen. It was an amazing experience. I was in tears, when I was there. And I think Black Panther is the movement. It was great. Black excellence. It was the most unbelievable experience of my artistic life, sitting in the room with all of those great people, creative people who are of color. It was an amazing thing I've ever seen. My daughter, I think my oldest daughter with me. It was an amazing experience. And in the end, I think it's really one of those things in life where there are certain characters that are just beyond. And I think Black Panther is one of them. And regardless, Chadwick was an amazing actor.
For sure.
He did an amazing job. But I think Black Panther can move to another actor and still have those same things happen.
He's not a gatekeeper.
No, I mean, if it was any other actor doing no matter what role it was, the characters could still move forward. And I think that's really important.
Respect. And that's not an insult to any of the movie creatives or nothing.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just being honest. That's how I feel about it. I would love to see another Black Panther movie. And let's be real. Like, I'm not going to not want that to happen, regardless of who's in there. I want to see it.
Duh. Folks, this stuff only works one way. and we can delude ourselves and we can get behind, our favorite creators and just hold our nose and take it like it's Popeye spinach. But at the end of the day, this stuff only works one way, and it's not, duck, duck, goose with the mantle. It's just not. Even if you perceive it or it is written as a mantle in the story, you don't treat it that way because people follow titular characters. They follow them and their stories. Star Wars without Luke Skywalker. What else? The Indiana Jones without Indiana Jones. 007 films without James Bond. I could go on and on. Harry Potter without the Sorcerer's Stone guy. Right? Like, it's just not. It doesn't work. Well, it doesn't work if there's not a main character for us to follow and track his journey through. It does not work.
There's 222 legacy issues of Black Panther. During the ones when Shuri is Panther, there's only 10 of those. And Black Panther, T'Challa, is in every single one of those while she's having a fight in the real world. He's having a fight in like a dream sequence world where Storm kind of joins. He never dies. As you can see there, he was only in like a test tube green thing that was preserving his life. Here he is trying to recover in bed. And if you read those comics, you would flip page to page. You'd see T'Challa, you'd see Shuri. T'Challa, you'd see Shuri, as Ken Lashley illustrated, literally.
I'll go even further than that. I will say those auxiliary characters that seem to have a whole lot of, online fandom, but not very much money paying fandom. Those characters only matter or succeed when a character like T'Challa is strong. That is the only way that they work, right? That handoff, that signal of acknowledgement, that pat on the shoulder, like, all right, you're next up, kid, is the reason why Brian Michael Bendis, who did they write into that story, into Ironheart's story, Riri Williams, to validate her as the next?
MJ?
No. Who, the AI? Who they have?
Oh, Natalie?
Tony, not in the TV show. Talking about in the comic.
Okay, yeah.
They had AI Tony, and that was done particularly because there's going to be that crowd of people who just doesn't want to see the next, who doesn't feel, oh, it's not legit, blah, blah, blah. So you put the guy in there as a validator. That's the word I was looking for. I don't know why I was searching so long. Validation. That character is validation for the next. That only works if that character is built up and you're still using them. New female Iron Man lady doesn't work unless Tony Stark somehow acknowledges it and gives it the 1-2. Lady Jane Foster, if she never has an interaction with Thor, where does that run go? Right? Like it's how it happens. You use the brightest star to try and use a little bit of that gas and light another one.
To try to substantiate the character.
But if you don't, who kills the stun to start a new star? Who does that? I don't know, man. Preaching at the wall at this point, I guess.
But yeah, Shuri's going to be in that token game. It's going to be a fighting game. So is the Hulk. And just because they announced her doesn't mean T'Challa's not in it. We haven't seen the full roster, you know? It's just weird to see not T'Challa, but, you know, we'll see what goes on. Like, it feels like if Smash Brothers did Falco and Wolf, but not Star Fox. It just, I don't know. It's a different experience, but I hope it's a much to do about nothing. And T'Challa is in the game.
I think we're very sensitive about seeing T'Challa in media right now. I would be willing to guess that this game was being made around the time that Wakanda Forever was being put into place. So if they were looking at the usable characters at that moment, what they needed to develop based on, it kind of tracks that they would be still in the Shuri era of things. Chill said it doesn't mean that he's not in the game. It also, he's in Marvel Rivals. I don't expect this game to outperform Marvel Rivals. So I do think it's a little bit of sensitivity from the fan base on this one in particular. But the reason why it feels so valid is because it's part of a long list right now of media where he's either absent or being sidelined, right? So it's not like it's completely unwarranted, because it's not unlike things that we've already seen.
Hey, when I hear he's in, were you not done? Sorry, you
no, go.
When I see he's in Marvel Rivals, so it's okay for her to be in this one. No, Tony Stark is in Marvel Rivals. He's in Marvel Avengers. He's in Marvel this, Marvel that. We know Hulk is in all the games. Actually, I think he's the one who's not in Marvel Rivals, is he? We know that guys like Hawkeye get to make the game. The Avengers game gets to make, like, so when you're a main character, when you're a heavy hitter, A-lister, when you're that guy, then the primary version of your, superhero identity mantle is the one that shows up in these video games, because it's not John Walker, it's Steve Rogers showing up in Rivals, in all, the list of games from Marvel versus Capcom to up till now, like since 1980s. The prime characters are used. Black Panther is T'Challa. T'Challa is Black Panther, not T'Child, not his granddad in that video game that they got in the 1940s, not the Shuri thing right now. I'm going to be sensitive every time I don't see T'Challa. And if T'Challa is in this token game, then cool. Is just, I don't know what they're doing. I think that they do bait and try to get the negative reaction. It's very easy to just paint everyone who's upset. You see, it's a woman, they got upset. Easy as that. Look, you said this earlier, Marcus. I'll say it differently. All I ever said was free T'Challa Stein, and then they said I was being anti-Shurmetic.
An anti-Shurite.
All I want to say is that they don't really care about us.
Yeah, I from a, this is more than the video game at this point. Like, how they're almost writing a playbook on how to scuttle a franchise. This is from the starting point that they were at. Like, you mean to tell me that you debuted with $1 billion, right? Only solo franchise to do that. All right, everybody else is dependent on these big mashup films to get to their higher tier numbers. Then obviously tragedy befalls us, and we're moving on to Shuri prematurely. So that's a bit of a setback. And then now in the third one, we're moving on again to either T'Child or potentially a new T'Challa. So it's really in a weird spot, because usually we will have already had a 2-film run, a introduction and a sequel with the same face, or the very least the same character. But now they're almost really setting the precedent for Black Panther on the silver screen to be a different person every time at this point, which is a recipe for failure. I can't put it in any other context, the more that they do that, the more that there's a different person, the lesser the chance of Black Panther elevating to the straits that we want it to be. Right. The to being a Captain America level, Thor level. It just, that's the way it goes. There's no other way to paint this picture.
Nah, bro, you're being an anti-Shurite.
Yeah.
I find it to be all silly. All of it. Again, I'm glad I didn't get tagged in it. I'm glad I didn't see it. I'm glad that I haven't seen anything about Shuri, about any of it. The reason I think that having a conversation with Lotus, whatever the fuck, is dumb for me. Now, Chill's obviously free to do whatever Chill wants to do, but I see it as dumb because, as I told Chill before we started this is a 6-year-old conversation. You stated before you even did your 10-second video, and I'm assuming, is that from a longer form video or he just gave a 10-second thought on it?
It's from a longer video. It's like 19 minutes though.
He said he's a gamer, and being a gamer or whatever. He also said he's doesn't watch the MCU. He's not up to date on things like that. So instead of doing a 19-minute video, where you go on, and I personally don't care for the 19 minutes. I was just curious, but you made a 19-minute video for you to say whatever you were saying about T'Challa, Shuri, misogynistic and things like that. And I don't know, maybe with the video being 19 minutes, maybe he did do his due diligence. Maybe he did do some research and things like that. But within that research, this is where I side with Chill. Where are you finding these videos where people are being misogynistic and saying that they hate Shuri because she's a woman and because of this or because of that? Now, I'm not saying that there aren't tweets out there like that, but those are tweets coming from people with 0 followers following 1,003 people and whatever. You are now grouping that 1, 2, maybe 3 people that you saw misogynistic comments come from with the entire. And again, the reason I'm not even really loud talking about this or animated or I guess passion. Not that I don't have passion and recast, but passion about it, because this is a 6-year-old conversation. What I'm saying, we have said. You said, we have said.
Mm-hmm.
We've said these things time and time and time again. If you are curious about what the recast movement is about, when it was 2020, I would have, cool, maybe we can educate you a little bit. In 2026, everything you need to know about the movement is already out there. It's out there. There's nothing new being added to it until we have new information from Marvel Studios, whether he's being recasted or he's not being recasted. But until then, I was done with the misogyny conversations forever. Because it's like they don't exist. This is something that is made up, and it's just it's a talking point that they can use, or an arguing point that they can use, just to throw out there and say, "Oh, you guys, like you said, you guys are misogynistic, or you guys are this, you guys are that." I haven't heard that in quite some time. I really haven't. Maybe it's because I've just been removed from the situation as a whole, but I think it's fake outrage, 1, because it's not real, so it's fake outrage. You're a gamer, 2. You don't pay attention to this side of things, 3.
Yeah.
Or if you did pay attention to these things, or if you have anything you want to say, you could just point him to the many different content creators out there that have said positive things about Shuri, about T'Challa, and why nobody is saying just bury the bitch. We're saying put her in the back for a second. It's not her time yet. Nobody is saying she can't be on the screen. Nobody's saying no one's saying that. No one's saying that. No one is saying that. But again, I'm not going to explain that because again, 6-year-old conversation. I'm not going to do it. So, hey, he can feel how he wants to feel or whatever. Everybody can feel how they want to feel. Like I told Chill behind the scenes, who gives a fuck? In 2022, I'd have been like, you know what? Let's bring him on. In 2026, who gives a fuck?
You just never know where new ears could be at. So if his channel has new people, then why not?
But it's
I
hard
agree
to
with you there.
take individuals like that in particular who admit their ignorance and yet carry on, asking no questions. If I didn't know something, I would at least ask a question. I would pose it as a question at least. Be like, hey, listen, I know this ain't necessarily my expertise. Here's where my mindset is at. Show me something different, right? Be open enough to know that you don't know what you don't know. But when you come out making broad proclamations and at the same time telling me that you're ignorant to things, those things don't align at all.
Some of it,
they don't add that at all.
yeah, some of it is the internet and outrage and what will be retweeted more. So let me post that little clip there.
Yeah.
It's fine. I hope for the best case scenario though, with just conversations happening. Yeah, it is repetitive, but like what I feel like I'm on is a noble campaign in which I am for T'Challa and not substitutes of T'Challa. So yeah, I'll keep going at it. Maybe if I meet Ken Lashley again, we can do another longer discussion, more in depth. Look what we got here.
I'm still going for recast T'Challa. I just don't have the I don't have the energy to explain to you what is Googleable, what is out there. If you want to know something about recast, if I go to YouTube right now and typed in hashtag recast T'Challa, my videos would come up, your videos would come up, Mark's videos would come up, Dre's videos would come up. These are positive people. Blue's videos would come up, Tina's videos. These are people that have not said anything misogynistic. So it's not as if that it's simple. It's simple. What you want to know, you will search. What you want to know, you'll search. But if you want to go out there and you just want to make click stuff for your clicks and views and likes because what you think the popular conversation, see, now I'm getting pissed. What you think the popular conversation is about like, being anti-recast is being popular or saying that it's misogynistic is the popular conversation. That's what it's about. But if you really wanted to know, all you had to do is put it in the search bar.
Which search bar? YouTube, Twitter, Google?
YouTube, Twitter, pick your poison. If you put hashtag recast T'Challa, it's going to pull up people that have said positive things. Dre posts TikToks. Yeah, I have TikToks up from recast. I'm sure Marcus does. I'm sure you do. And if you want to go to YouTube, it pulls up our catalogs. If you want to go to, I typed in hashtag recast T'Challa on Facebook and saw somebody I didn't even know retweeted shared one of my videos. So it's out there. You can find it, but you decided to make a 19-minute video for clicks and likes because you thought the popular opinion was misogyny and anti-recast. So I don't have the energy to entertain that bullshit. I don't have it. If he wants to know, it's Googleable. But I know if you want to pull him out there, I get that. I understand your point too of saying, ears, eyes that haven't seen us or maybe whatever. So I get that point too. But I don't think he's as ignorant as he's putting on.
Like I don't want to say what you're okay. Look, so ignorance is the default state. We all begin at that, and if maybe that this is all he's seen, maybe, but like I wouldn't be opposed to like talking to the guy or I don't know, man. I kind of want to be against you, Darius. I really do think like what you said is 100% valid. Like if you really
I'm
wrote the word in a search bar, you'd be good.
Yeah, no, I'm on your side on what you're saying. I'm just saying I don't think he like I feel like again, we're all in this YouTube business, the three of us. We know what it's you try to cling to the things that are going to be popular for that moment. Is this going to be likes? Could this be a viral moment? You already started your video with I'm a gamer. I'm not on the side of stuff. I'm not but you made a 19-minute video about it. Instead of again, a 19-minute video calling out misogyny and all the stuff that doesn't exist within the hashtag and movement as a whole. So again, a simple search in that bar right above his head would have given him and saved him 19 fucking minutes of doing this dumb clickbait shit.
Oh, man. I can't wait for that new Bond movie with Jonathan Bond in it. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
Invite nephew on, chill. I'm just gonna tweet him and see what he says. I don't know. I gotta watch the full video first too. I was only halfway through it before we began this.
And how many Twitter followers does he have?
Lotus Sakura has 81,000 followers. On YouTube, he's got 169,000 subs. There's benefit to chatting with someone like that. And not because of clout, but because of getting the message out, just to be
I'm on your side on getting the message out. I definitely am on your side on getting the message out.
I just don't want to play 19-minute video, Johnny. I'll give you the link.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then this whole thing, you know, about just all of it. I'm that's why I haven't really said anything. I haven't tweeted anything about the show. I'm just kind of waiting. I'm just waiting. I know it's not going to come in Doomsday. We're not going to know in Doomsday. I don't think he's in Doomsday. I don't think that concept art is coming until Secret Wars. I could be wrong, but I'm just waiting because there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing out there tangible right now. And as I've said, and I agree with you, Chill. I agree with pressing on and continuing the fight and saying it all the time. I personally, though, have to be in a at this point in my recast T'Challa stage. I have to be in especially my waiting to hear from Marvel Studio stage. I have to be in a certain, I guess, kind of mood for recast for me to really go like that. Because the reason I say that because, like I said, I'm waiting. But whatever we talk about, it's just like you said too, not to be repetitive, but we've said it. We have said it. Now it's a waiting game.
If they don't do what's right, they're gonna tank this shit. Even the half-step measure of saying, "Oh well, we got a T'Challa and we aged him up." You're going to tank that shit. Now, here's where we can really definitively like draw the line, because we can pretend like, you know, Wakanda Forever was some huge success and that, you know, Black Panther is as healthy a franchise as it started in 2018, and you know, ultimate deference to the director and whatnot. You come out in 2026 for the third Black Panther, you make less than Wakanda Forever. There really is no argument now. Now you have a definitively diminishing product. You are the sequel trilogy now. That's what you are. You're the sequel trilogy of Marvel, and there's really no denying it. You have gone from being the highest earning solo introduction to the most diminishing IP of all the solos. Because even Ant-Man didn't. Well, no, Ant-Man did lose money. So it'd be you and Ant-Man. It'd be you and Ant-Man on the diminishing list.
Yeah.
Does this
Ant-Man
also not speak? Does this also not speak more to what they may possibly be pushing at doing in the future? I mean, they're using, once again, someone else that's not T'Challa. Granted, this is not through the MCU and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, you got a
Are you talking about the game, the token game?
Yeah,
I think that's a bit of sensitivity from the fan base. I don't think that speaks directly to what's going on now, because how long was that game in development? Right, how long were they working on that game? It's probably more likely that aligns with the Shuri quote unquote era in the MCU. So when they were developing the game, they was like, all right, who we using for Black Panther? They probably said Shuri. But at the same time, like Jill said, we got 30 different Captain Americas on all the games. Every Marvel game we got, Captain America is Captain America.
It's Steve Rogers and not Sam or Bucky or John Walker.
Exactly. We're not swapping out Steve for Sam. Sam is the Falcon. Sam is the Falcon. So I don't know. I understand why people take it that way and why it was such a hot button topic when we seen it. I give it just a little bit of room though, because that game was probably in development for at least half a decade before they actually got it out.
That's how I feel about some Star Wars stuff. Like, I'm gonna take like 2 years, and then I'll say, okay, what does Dave Filoni Star Wars look like?
See, I don't know if I can give Dave that much longer, man. Do you have y'all heard any of the rumors going on with Lucasfilm right now?
I don't believe them at all.
That they're talking about purging the sequel trilogy, like whatever's going to happen in Ahsoka season 2, it's going to split the timelines off, and
that'd be nice.
That would be amazing.
I got a sequel trilogy story lined up actually, but there was a super chat that came in a second ago.
Let's do it.
Grand Hustle Eyes. I am too fly with the fire. Enough for T'Challa. It's over. The Batman 2 is shooting soon. Winter snow. Batman is back, baby. Reeves and Gunn cooking. Lego Batman on the way. Lego Batman on the way too. Okay, go Batman. Sure.
What did all that have to do with T'Challa? Why T'Challa have to catch a stray?
He's like, that's his favorite billionaire, you know, Bruce Wayne.
You know, I always got to push back on that Gunn cooking shit.
Gunn definitely not cooking, but Reeves cooking. Reeves is absolutely cooking. She's not gonna be Diana, the chick.
I know. That's why
fucking Maxima. The Deadline broke it. I'm like, man, what?
I was kind of disappointed, but then
anybody to be now my confidence level is back down. It was coming back up because we thought he casted a Wonder Woman. Now we coming on back down.
Yeah. I said the same thing. I was like, man,
fucking Maxima.
I expected this, but not what I wanted.
What? Why did he write Winter Snow?
I'm not sure. Is it that stuff?
I got everything else though.
What is Winter Snow? What is that? Is that a?
It could be a character.
No idea. Batman shooting. Really Batman 2 is shooting now. Cool. They showed some behind the scenes of the stuff.
Bet. That is our Batman.
Deadline is battery says deadline's not the end all decider. To what? What were we talking about with deadline?
I mean, usually if they're reporting it though, it's probably an official.
Oh, with Maxima. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty official. if it's coming from one of the trades, I'd say the trades pretty official.
Get their okay from the studios to run their report. So if they saying it, it's because the studio said they can say it.
Yeah.
He clarifies that Batman 2 in the snow / the winter time.
Oh, okay. In the snow.
Gotcha. Oh, was that what that was in the pictures? I thought that was rain.
It'd be a perfect time for Mr. Freeze. I don't know what they holding back for. This whole Harvey Dent shit.
I hope he says chill in the movie. Batman 2 got more mention than Superman Man of Tomorrow.
Of course.
Sequel trilogy. Polygon is telling us about these Nielsen reports. Interesting stuff. A new Nielsen report reveals some troubling trends in a galaxy far, far away. Happy Star Wars Day. If you're a fan of the original trilogy, the prequels, or even if you're a fan of any of them.
Shit.
A new report from Nielsen published by Variety reveals that nobody is watching the most recent trio of core Star Wars films.
No.
Not on Disney Plus. The report reveals 2 interesting data points in the most watched Star Wars properties on May 4 of 2025. This was last year. And the most streamed Star Wars title for each generation of fans. Yeah, so
they got this information last year?
I mean, this chart reveals last year's data. That's suspicious too. Like, you guys had this for the whole time.
Did the report of them thinking that Rey was their only viable character to move on with cinematically also come out last year?
Yeah, who said that quote?
What the fuck is happening here? So at the same time they decided that Rey was their only viable movie character, they had data that suggested that no one was actually watching the sequel trilogy at all.
Maybe the guy who said that quote didn't have this data, because who said it?
According to Josh over at the Den of Nerds, his Star Wars sources tell him, now grain of salt because this is not a trade, his Star Wars sources tell him that there were conversations when Kathleen was still there in the room that split the room, things and projects and decisions that Kathy wanted to do. And on the other side was Dave Filoni. This is according to Josh's sources. So if this is true and there was friction and Dave disagreed with things, it was only Kathy's dumbass pushing that sequel shit. So maybe, just maybe, and I can't even believe I'm saying this because I never thought in a billion, bajillion lifetimes, multiverses or anything that they do that. But maybe Dave's actually trying to fix this shit.
Hey, if he purges Lucasfilm of this putrid trilogy saga, hey, listen, man, he might just be. Man, well, I won't get biblical. I will say,
the chosen one.
Is he the Muad'Dib? he's the new Muad'Dib. Like, for sure, I'm putting my Chris Snipe up for him for sure. Because I don't, other than George, man, there will be no other feat by a Lucasfilm executive that would have meant more to the studio than doing that.
Yeah.
Well, as we can read from the chart, the number one show is Cassian Andor. It was May 4 of 2025. The show was fresh. Relax. In the chat, relax. So Andor was the number one show. And then look at all the watch time for all the other things. Not a single movie from the sequel trilogy is in the top 10 of Star Wars fans who on May the 4th wanted to go. Now, they sat on this information for a long time. It coming out now is kind of revealing. It's again, who let this out? Why did Dave Filoni open the floodgates and allow for this data?
I'm about to put you in a hospital, Jay.
Yeah, right. Jay and all. Where's I'm Too Fly? He's usually not too far behind. But look, the sequels are like not reminisced on by Star Wars fans on May the 4th last year. That's a big deal.
They're not reminisced on the streaming services. The hotel that you opened up an entire experience for failed.
Yep.
The characters in the parks have gone back to the legacy stuff. They've gone back to Vader, Luke, and Leia. They're not doing any of the sequel characters anymore. They don't sell merch with the sequel characters. Poe, Finn, Rey. They don't sell toys. They don't sell merch. So, hey, listen, I know it's a rumor and it's very lofty. It would be very drastic for them to do so, but damn, don't they have every reason in the world to do this? Damn it, they don't have every reason in the world.
Every reason in the world to do it. I mean, one, it just gets, because we have to remember Dave being under George at the time that he was, and then now being president, George and Dave never stopped talking.
God. Get out of here, all of you. All this Andor nonsense.
You were saying?
No, I said George or Dave and George never stopped talking. And this is the first time George has done anything Star Wars related to Disney Star Wars by doing that May the 4th video that he's done. He's never done anything like that. And I don't know, because I'm one of the ones that also have said I never think that they will or would or whatever. But this is the Star Wars that we got is not the Star Wars George wanted to give.
No.
And now that, of course, my Padawan now is the master and we still do talk to one another, who's to say they haven't had conversations where Dave has said, hey, let me fix this. Let me fix this while you're still living and we can show you, you can give you the Star Wars. I don't know. I'm just talking for the sake of talking. It could be something that happens. It really could be something that happens. I haven't heard anything about the Ahsoka thing now. That's interesting. If they do something in Ahsoka, like I hope they don't use the world between worlds as like a time machine.
I feel
Dave
like
was
that's the
already.
only way to fix it is like an alternate
Oh,
timeline split off kind of thing.
I just don't like that because it's like it's Marvel. It's
Either
DC.
that or we completely ignore it like forever. Anybody who ever had interaction with Ray, Poe, or Finn is now dead to us. They're gone.
But Ahsoka season 2 is supposed to be super, super weird. Very into the weird Star Wars realm. I mean, we're getting Abeloth. I've seen some of the sketch art for some of these giant ass monsters and things that are in it and all this kind of stuff. There's a lot of weird, and not just to mention the rumored story that they're using for this. It's going to be. This is there. I don't think they're gonna like make the normies like really back off, but it's definitely gonna be one of those things from what I'm seeing, where you better be paying attention.
Saluta iconic.
They dropped the ball with every character they introduced.
You are missing out. You are definitely missing out on Maul.
There is another chart here, but Nielsen tells us by generation, what are the kids like? It's the Mandalorian, ages 2 to 13. And then 14 to 29, the Clone Wars. They haven't seen that thing yet. Andor, 30, 45, Andor, I guess 46, 61. Then the Mandalorian for them baby boomers, 62 to 80. Again, no sequel trilogy.
Look at y'all forgetting y'all forgotten generation over there, Gen Xers. Loving it, just eating that Andor up. Nom 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 nom.
Like I said, this was the day after the Andor finale, so whatever. But more importantly, guys, I wish I knew the numbers. It's nice. Rankings are cool, and rankings can definitely teach a lesson. That out of the top 10, nothing from the sequels. But like, by how many millions of minutes was it losing to the number 10 show? That's what I want to know.
What I have no clue, but to that, what Marcus just put up about Battery, what Battery said, what evidence gives you that Dave hasn't? I've seen so far, I've gotten a very fantastic show from Dave, and
Maul was awesome.
I got a 3-minute explanation from Dave on Vader and how just understanding the character and just oozing once again on his knowledge on Star Wars. Now he is exactly the right person to do this.
Yeah, that was like Lucas S. That I read that entire thing too. I'm just sitting there like, man, that makes so much sense. That definitely makes sense. Because if you betrayed all your friends, not just friends and family, like the Jedi adopted Anakin in a way that wasn't so much like what they were known for doing, basically just going and kidnapping the kids. Like Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan was a little bit more massaged with their approach. So it was more so of like a great opportunity for him. It wasn't like Luke's experience where, I just killed my fucking folks, so I gotta go somewhere. I'll follow this drifting ass old man wherever he's taking me. Right? It was more so, okay, this kid's talented. We can fear he's force sensitive. Let's go back and talk to his mom and let's make this happen the right way. So like, for people who were so accommodating to you, brought you along, taught you, trained you, Qui-Gon lost his life defending you. Like it really gets to a point where you did all of that to them for the promise of being able to skirt death for your loved ones, and you were lied to. So you did it all for nothing. All those kids you killed, every Jedi Master you slayed was for nothing because you did it on the back of a lie. And so that's why Vader kills so indiscriminately, because he can't allow himself to be, even for a second, tap back into the reality of him being fooled by the Sith, ultimately.
That's why even they don't show that much in the movies and stuff, but in the comic stuff, they show it. At any moment, Vader will overthrow Palpatine. At any moment. He's trying to, but he knows, in comics that he's not. So he hates him just as much as Palpatine honestly hates Vader. So it's yeah, I was lied to. I hate my master. My master hates me. My body is in constant torment. I lost my brother. I lost my wife. And now I'm helping
lost everything. Really lost my
Yeah.
kids. They never knew me.
Yeah.
They grew up without me.
Yeah, no, Dave understands Star Wars. It's not the first time Dave has given a very in-depth answer on Star Wars, but Dave understands Star Wars, and I think that it's in the right hands. So if it was ever going to be saved, this is the guy to save it.
Oh, here
Now,
go
does
Kevin
that mean
Davis.
that it puts it back in the limelight? As far as I don't know if you ever win fans back ever really like that, but
Strap that shit on a nuke and shoot it out the stratosphere.
I blocked Kevin Davis, so he made a new one. I guess I need to block Chill Spot too.
I thought Chill Spot was a real guy. He's always been here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's right. Chill Spot is a real guy.
Yeah, no, we're definitely punting the sequels if that's a possibility.
Hold up. Where them Acolyte numbers? They said it was in the top 10. Acolyte? Where's Acolyte? Acolyte. No, I don't see it here. Was
Chill
Acolyte
Spot's
out
not-
May 4, 2025?
Chill Spot's not Kevin. You said was Acolyte out in 2025? No. Acolyte was 2024, was it not?
Ooh, Arthur.
Then it had a chance to be on this list, and it doesn't feel like Acolyte fans chose May 4th to reminisce on their favorite Star Wars either. So that's another L. It's just that I don't want to dog on
Maybe
it.
Acolyte
It's a female
was
that show.
2025. Acolyte might have been 2025.
Okay, then. But I just want to give ammunition to, you see, that's two things with women that they don't like, because I don't need to.
Rank all the live action Disney shows: Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Mando, Boba Fett, Skeleton Crew, and okay. So number 1 would be Mando.
Yep.
Number 2, number 2 would be.
To be honest, from there you can
Ahsoka.
throw that shit in any order you want.
Oh, shit. What's number 2 after Mando? I
Either
guess.
Ahsoka or Boba Fett.
Yeah, okay, there we go. We haven't gotten to Ahsoka. So Mando, Ahsoka,
Boba Fett.
Only off of those episodes that didn't involve Boba.
I think Andor is better than Boba.
I don't.
Because of the damage. Because I mean, we're not doing anything in Andor. It's all suspended animation. We know how it ends. We're just seeing how it started. So you can't break anything. They're breaking stuff in Boba. Andor, Boba, Obi-Wan, Acolyte. No, Skeleton Crew, then Acolyte.
I didn't even see Skeleton Crew
Like, you didn't watch it at all?
at all.
Huh. It's all right. I watched it. It was cool. It's where I would go right under Book of Boba Fett, Skeleton Crew. And then, like, it's such a three-way tie at the bottom for Acolyte or Andor. And what was the other one? Obi-Wan is not canon either, so it's whatever.
Obi-Wan is so shit. God. How did they mess that one up?
Clearly, they went
Rematch of
into
the
it saying,
century.
how do we make this as boring as possible?
Man, Fett was bad though too. Let's not forget all that fucking time we spent. We spent an entire
Like a panther.
episode having flashbacks with sand people. I was like, at first, the first episode, I was like, okay, you know, the sand people thing's it's different, but can't go on 6 episodes, right?
Oh man. Then the little Power Ranger scene off the scooters with his little gang that he hired.
Forgot about them. Forgot about them. I think the coolest thing from Boba Fett was Finnick.
That was the problem. Why is Finnick changed? She over here whooping ass, and Boba is getting his ass kicked.
I liked seeing Max Rebo. I thought Black Chrysanthemum was a cool character to add and put from comic books into the canon.
Also dope. Would have liked to seen a fight with Boba with his armor on versus Black Chrysanthemum.
Yeah.
Got to see.
Chill spot. No need to apologize. at all. We thought you, Kevin Davis. It's a whole thing.
You thought your account had been infiltrated. Go ahead and
Yeah,
give your
no
opinion.
need to. No, yeah, you're good. No need to apologize.
We thought you were Stephen A. Smith recently because he's been infiltrated.
Oh wow.
You didn't see the Jaylen Brown, Stephen A. Smith stuff? No,
I didn't.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown said, "Fine, I'll stop talking if you stop talking on your podcast. Give the people what they want."
Yeah. Where did that start?
Because Jaylen Brown said this was his best season or his favorite season, something like that, and he's like, "You can't say that. You're the Boston Celtics, and the season you didn't win the championship is not the best season." And
didn't they blow a 3-1 lead to the Sixers?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm never saying that in the season.
The context
like that.
Oh, a season is a season. It's not like the playoffs and how they.
But how did it end though? Like hold on, wait. Yes, maybe I had a good individual season. We ended the season losing a 3-1 lead to a team we should have beat. I'm not saying that that's my best season.
Listen to how he said it, because I'm not doing it justice, and the context in which Jaylen Brown explained it, it's fine. Okay. We watched Boba learn to fight with a toothbrush, bro. I think Andor had some of the best acting, but it was the least Star Wars like show.
Thank you, D Stizzle. At least you tell the truth about the damn show. Like if you enjoy it, you enjoy it, but don't try to convince me that shit is Star Wars. Appreciate you, Stizzle.
Yeah. So that was that article, reading it over and just hearing things. And the person is very biased who wrote this, actually, if you ever want to take some time to look at it. Fin Re Po Do Re Mi So La Ti Do.
They gotta go. I mean, it's just, I don't know what they do, but they should have just never did it. I mean, God, if I could just go back to 2015 and tell George, don't do it. Don't do it. You'll regret it.
Would you guys like to see a live action of the Star Wars game Force Unleashed? Yeah.
Yes. I would.
Yes.
See, those are the things that people want to see. Like, I would, man, that'd be so dope. You got Sam Witwer right there.
They over there thinking like, oh man, how do we get back onto the silver screen? How do we get back on the big screen? But everybody hates the sequels. What do we do? Standalone films are fine, fam. Just make the right ones.
Man,
make the right ones.
If you dropped a Force Unleashed live action, you had Sam Witwer do that.
Yeah,
you can't. You would, bro. That would be. I mean, Star Wars typically makes $1 billion in their theatrical runs outside of Solo. That would be $1 billion film.
They seem to get it on the animation side, like they do Tales of the Underworld or Tales of the Jedi or even Maul now. Like, it's fine to do isolated stories and animation on a streaming service, and that actually works out well from time to time. Why don't we try that while we get our shit together on what this timeline looks like, and go make a bunch of money? Like, people aren't going to show up for a Star Killer movie. Come on now,
man.
It's probably because the former president wasn't involved with the animated. Oh, that's for the kids stuff. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be on Disney Plus. What's the budget? No problem. Not even worried about it. But it's like doing some heavy lifting. So that's why I got under the radar. But now the animated guy is in charge of the whole thing. So give it another 2-3 years.
So glad. Because, I mean, like I said, they thrive in animation, which is, I think they need to go back to the silver screen, but don't stop your animation. Continue doing animation. I even think that they could take some of their animated shit to the big screen. Did not the 2008 shitty movie go to the big screen? Yeah. They could take if that movie went to the big screen, and I hate that movie, then you can take a Maul type finale, something like that, and do it in the theaters. You don't have to put the whole, you can do the finale thing like The Boys is doing, like Stranger Things did. Because you look at the reception you just got off this finale. It's not as if Vader's not coming back to fight Maul again. I'm sure that's going to happen again. With the reception you just got from the finale, and then now you got people that weren't watching, like, oh, let me go watch this show. And then they watch it. You get out your season 2. I don't know if Vader's in season 2, and I also said I don't feel as if Vader should be in season 2. not at least fighting Maul, because it's just a lot. You like Dave said, you don't want to overuse Vader. There's times where you want to have him, come in, because he does suck the air out of the room when he does come in. I mean, he's the main focus. Send the Grand Inquisitor this time. Let the Grand Inquisitor.
Like, you stepping down now. See, I felt like they kind of set the plateau. That's who I thought was going to pop up when they was like, all right, they got 2 Jedis with them. We gotta get some reinforcements. I thought they was gonna send the Grand Inquisitor, but then I heard, I was like, oh shit, they gonna do it. They gonna bring him in here. So, but you've already set the plateau. So now if I come back and Maul is reconstituted, he done took over Crimson Dawn, whatever ends up happening, right? Why would I send in the level below what it took to run them out before?
Well, then send Vader back. But if you send Vader back, I still don't think he comes back in season 2. I think season 2 needs to be more focused on Devin's
training,
watching Devin progress into Talon, watching him take over Crimson Dawn, becoming that powerful threat like he became in Clone Wars that forced Palpatine's hand to go and kill Savage and torture the hell out of him, and then be like, okay, Vader, end this shit. Because obviously Talon does not make it out. So I'm assuming, whether it be in season 3 or whatever season it happens in, if they continue it that far, I think she dies at Vader's hand. He's already been beaten by, this is how I kind of said it on my stream the other day. He got beat by Vader, but I don't think Maul really took that as like, yeah, I got beat by him. Maul knows who he is. You could see, you saw the wheels turning when Daki and all that kind of stuff. And then plus he told Ahsoka that in season 7, he was trying to lower Anakin. So he knows that Anakin was being groomed. He knows that you turned into that. He can't accept that really, but at the same time, I don't think
he knows, like right now in the show, that that's Anakin.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Like in this season.
In this season, I think he knows. The only reason I say that is because from season 7 of Clone Wars, when he was talking to Ahsoka on Mandalore, he told her, I orchestrated this entire thing to lower Anakin here, thus depriving Palpatine of his prized possession.
Well, he probably knows at that point, but we're a little bit of ways away from that at this point, right? And so
only a year. We're only a year removed.
Well, but the reason why I say that is because in the middle of the fight, while they're fighting, right before Devin's master dies,
he asked him,
like, what are you? Or who are you?
So he said, he did ask him, what are you? Maybe
he's still figuring it out right now.
I really think he knows. I don't think he, I think he knows that he's Anakin, but
he knew it if he was talking to Ahsoka. That was during Order 66. This show was a year after Order 66.
Oh, okay.
Vader.
So then it doesn't really make any sense that that line is there then, if he already knew during Order 66. Well, no, because he knew Anakin went to the Sith. He didn't know about Vader. That didn't happen until after the fight with Obi-Wan. Like the helmet, all the body reconstruction stuff, that didn't happen until after.
Yeah, but I think the what are you is more so you're not Anakin. Like you're Anakin, but you're what has he done?
He hasn't put it together yet. He knows Anakin is getting groomed, but he hasn't put 2 and 2 together. That now this powerful, this person. Here you go.
Star Wars fan base. Cool. Let me do my Israeli accent. Star Wars fan base trash, folks, and then when Lucasfilms start response back, y'all didn't like it.
You sound like Dunk.
Thanks, Kevin.
You sound like Sir Duncan.
Oh, he's coming in through your. That's right. I did tell him that. I said the only way he'd ever be able to interact with me again is to come through one of you guys, is because he's blocked on my shit. That's why I can't remove him now.
My only reason is like I'm anti-censorship, and so I'm just like let people do it. And plus, he'll just make another creative account and come back. So I'm just gonna let him be him.
I can see that to a degree, but the reason I banned him the other day and from my channel is because you all know I love Star Wars. He said some stupid shit about y'all just like complaining black folks not in, or something like that. I said, listen, I think I've entertained this past its point. So I'm going to go ahead and get you on out.
Wait, would any of you complain if Mace Windu was alive again and they did a thing where he survives the window?
I wouldn't. I would love it, actually.
Okay.
Hey, what if it really was a LLM that we were talking to? Like, that's a whole computer.
No,
It's
I think
it's
I
a
really
rack
think it is.
in the data center somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere in Tel Aviv. Yeah, they actually are like this. So,
yeah, anyway, I think season 2 needs to be focused on the training of Devin, her anger, because we need to see. We're going to have to see the fighting of Vader and them again, because she wants the revenge on Vader. Vader killed her master, while he wants revenge on Palpatine. But anyway, the reason I said I don't think Maul saw that as defeat, he got what he wanted. He got Devin. Ultimately, he got what he wanted. That's why he said, "You're not ready yet, but let me train you, and then we will have our revenge." Yes, Vader was hacking at that leg, and he, was maybe been overpowered by Vader, but I think he also thought to himself, because Maul is so fucking arrogant, I got what I wanted. I got my apprentice. I'm about to train her. Then I'm about to get my leg healed. We about to go fuck him up, and he's going to get beat down again. I think that's where Devin probably dies. I don't think she escapes and somewhere's out in the galaxy. I think she dies. And then we pick up with Maul again in Rebels saying, I cannot defeat Vader alone. Need you guys' help. Or we need to go because the one they call Vader's going to be here soon. That's what he said. So I don't know how many seasons they plan on doing, but that fight is coming again. They will fight Vader again.
Matthew Lillard, according to Deadline, has been cast in Superman's Man of Tomorrow. Who the hell was he cast as, huh?
Nobody of importance. No, we can probably
north
bet
of
on
50. That. Hal Jordan is someone of importance who's north of 50, but I guess that means he's not going to be of importance if they got him to play Hal. So
he already got a Hal.
What if he is Plastic Man?
Plastic Man. He looks plastic-ish, right? But 50? I don't know. Maybe you just don't have plans for Plastic Man then.
I mean, Plastic Man is going to be mostly what? CGI anyway?
I don't know.
It's not as if I doubt Plastic Man's getting a damn movie.
Yeah,
but you know what?
You know
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I had to catch myself. I had to remember what fucking studio.
Remember who you talking about, because he'll fuck around and be in the next DC film.
Had to. Woo! You damn right. I had to catch myself.
Yeah, I have no clue who he's going to be, but I don't think it's anybody substantial. I can guarantee you it's not going to be a Justice League member.
Unless it's Martian Manhunter changing his face to look like this. I can't see it either.
Yeah, it's not going to be a Justice League member. So
he could be a politician, a journalist. He could be anything.
He's going to be like Clark's cousin from Kansas or something. Watch. He's going to be a gas station teller from Smallville that Clark keeps running into. And then he's going to have a bigger role. Jimmy Olsen is going to find him out. He's going to find out that he's like a mole for Lex Luthor or some shit. Watch.
I bet you he probably is, like you said, not nobody. When I saw the headline, and I like Matthew Lillard, when I saw the headline, I just couldn't help but think of what he said about he feels like he only gets work for nostalgic purposes, and Gunn being Gunn was like, hey, no, man, you're a good actor. Let me get you a role, and I'm doing this movie, Man of Tomorrow.
Be Shaggy in a Superman movie. Watch.
Well, they worked together because he filmed the Scooby-Doo live action.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
He looks kind of respectfully different looking. Like he could be an alien. It would put a little more prosthetics on him. Respectfully, I don't mean that in an insulting way. He could be alien.
I mean, sure, John Jones. I guess.
Huh. Maybe not that alien. Maybe someone less prior profile.
He's Papa Olsen.
Yeah. Not a whole lot going on over there in DC. The Green Lanterns showrunner addressed the backlash. From fandoms calling it to the Green Lantern showrunner.
Yeah.
Lindelof.
I think when it's all said and done for that show, a lot of that's going to be proven to be for naught. I think the only thing you have to pay attention to is who is the villain in this story, who's the stated villain in this story. And then most recently, what we just talked about last week is all of the other lanterns that are named or supposedly in this show. It's not going to be completely Earth-based. Now, the basis of it will be that's clear enough. Like, we're going to be doing all this on Earth. Does that mean that it's not going to be an intergalactic show at all? I have a hard time believing that. If what's damn, now I forgot the guy's name, the villain,
Sinestro.
Sinestro. If Sinestro's the villain, I have a hard time believing every single last thing that happens in the show is going to be happening with our feet on the ground. All right, so just let it happen the way it's supposed to happen.
If those other lanterns show up, I just hope it's not in the way that in the DCEU or the DCU when they changed it, the way that the Justice League showed up at the end of Peacemaker, like, not jokey like that, but just here they are.
Their silhouettes, like we don't really have an interaction kind of thing.
Yeah, not looking. I don't want that.
Yeah, I think it's already stretched further than Earth if Sinestro's involved. So I'm not. I'll at least wait until they put it on the screen and it flops to say it's going to be bad.
That's not how it goes on the internet. You say it's bad now.
Okay.
They better make sure they do what you just said. They better not have boots in Yellowstone. So I'm telling you, we're a scene away from Helen Mirren and Kevin Costner showing up for this to really be Yellowstone. So I'm telling you, so they better make sure they get their asses to space.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen. A Brainiac cameo I mentioned would be nice. I do think this will have some sort of plug into Man of Tomorrow. If he's doing the thing. If he's not doing the thing and we still bullshit and dragging our feet, then it'll be an isolated story. We'll barely go into space.
It's not isolated. The rumor is, I think even the showrunner said, what happens in this is the overall bigger story happening in the entire DCU right now. The first chapter.
I think your boy Guy is getting it. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Guy gets it. That's the murder that they're investigating, and whoever killed him is probably has something to do with either is Brainiac or has something to do with Brainiac, leading us into Man of Tomorrow. That's where I'm at. Yeah, what I mean.
Oh. The one who wasn't released.
They need to drop another trailer. Soonish. It comes out in August. It's May. Middle June, early July. Drop another trailer.
Yeah. Well, doesn't the shit come out in August?
Mm-hmm.
They need to put that out next month.
I never understand these comments. I don't understand these. What are we supposed to do?
Yeah, wait till y'all see the dang show. That's
not
literally what I said?
But wait a minute. Are we not supposed to speculate? Is that literally like, okay, so with the I guess you really can't. I can't use House Dragon as an example because the books exist. You know what's going to happen. So I don't know, any trailer that's the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. Are we not supposed to speculate off of that? Or any trailer that comes out that you don't no prior history to? Are you not supposed to speculate on what the fuck they showed you? I'm just so confused by that conversation. You're supposed to.
What is there to be positive about, y'all? Like, I mean, in terms
we're
of
not
DC,
being negative. I'm simply pointing out. I don't know how long the trailer is. I don't remember what was shown to me in that time. And in that time, I saw Hal fly for 2 seconds, which I am sure he will fly. I hope he will fly more in the show. And I saw again, as I'm going to continue to say, Yellowstone. I saw nothing else.
I am the one that actually threw us a bell. I said I said that it's not going to be Earthbound and that we're going to get the things that we want out of a Green Lantern show eventually. It's just being held under wraps and they're not marketing towards it at the moment. Now that could be a mistake. However, I think that this film has a lot plugged into the next Superman movie. So they're keeping it under wraps as long as they possibly can. That's not to give up spoilers for the movie.
Okay, well, let's not be dense. Let's not be dense, because when I say it looks like Yellowstone or people fly in Yellowstone, clearly I'm talking about the atmosphere. I'm talking about where they are. I'm not. Let's
never
not be
seen a
dense.
cape in Yellowstone.
And then battery. So be excited, right? No, you be excited. I didn't get excited from the trailer. See how this is what I'm talking about. See how we got two different feelings from the trailer, two different opinions from the trailer. You're excited. I'm not excited for lanterns. Y'all be excited. I'm not excited for that. You're right. I said Yellowstone.
I am. I just got lumped in. I'm excited for the lanterns.
I want to shift the topics to a wrestling conversation, your favorite, because the WWE uses influencers and reactors and stuff like that in their highlights. And now they are suspending certain accounts who have reacted content. Like WWE has lots of copyrighted content that they want to claim all of a sudden. And even if you're using transformative, even if you're abiding by the law and doing all the things you're supposed to do, the WWE is getting you, like Gilly Mania.
This is as of last night from Monday Night Raw. I posted one clip, 14-second clip that was edited, and I was commentating on it the whole time, and that was enough. I feel a lot of ways about what's going on right now, but I do want to say first and foremost that I do take responsibility. It's just a bit confusing because the WWE loves when we react to their content. They literally include it in their shows. They include it in their video package. I am in an episode of Monday Night Raw and the Friday Night SmackDown. We just hit 70,000 followers last week. I've been working so hard on there, and my content has got so much better and better, and I've progressed so much as a WWE creator, as a content creator in general, and I've been so proud of that. I don't really get too proud with what I do. It's just a weird thing I got.
He's gonna ramble on, but you get it. Like I'm looking at this guy do great things, and him and everyone else who does content creation where they react is getting flagged. So it's unfair and it's pointless.
Yeah, this is something that you could extrapolate out, but we'll stay on WWE for a while in this particular instance. Number one, I don't. Well, let me not say that because I don't know what social media life or content creator life covering WWE events was pre 2025. You know what I mean? I can't really speak too much. It seems like it's in line with the TKO move a little bit. It smells like a whole watch party blackout for PLEs, right? So if you don't know what I'm talking about, the pay-per-views for WWE recently, or as recently as last Elimination Chamber, they started this function where wherever the host city is, if you're within 50 miles of the arena, you can't broadcast the show to an audience. So if you're at a bar, a casino, anywhere where they would be showing sporting events, you can't host a watch party or show the footage if you're within 50 miles of the host stadium, which is ridiculous, which is basically just trying to funnel every extra dollar that you possibly can into the actual arena. If you know anything about, these traveling type events like a WWE, like a NASCAR, things where you're going to have like a yearly schedule and people can catch you in any random city, sometimes, especially for the larger events, they show up to where you are, not even anticipating getting into the actual event. They may just travel along with the production and go see it at a bar, go sit at a casino and watch it, do something like that, so that I don't have to pay $2,500 to sit in the second bowl of an arena to watch a lackluster WWE PLE. Maybe I can just go sit down with my family. Maybe we couldn't get into WrestleMania this year, so we just showed up to Vegas to watch it and be a part of the experience. Maybe we opted to do a fan experience instead of getting actual tickets, right? No, TKO says, I want every dollar. So you either spend it in here or you don't get the experience. You can watch ESPN at home. So like it feels in alignment with that type of mentality. We're going to squeeze every bit of worth that we possibly can out of this business model. And that's not necessarily how they got as big as they are. Well, it's not at all how they got as big as they are today. They have very much so a natty light crowd, and they're trying to sell champagne now, and they wondering why it's filling up all the shelves.
Well, you know what? If we're going by greed, use him. It's trailer reactions. Disney allows us to trailer react. They're greedy as hell.
But chill, you see, he gets the funds from this content that he's making off of their content. That's money not going in their pocket. They have podcasts. They have in-house content that reacts to the weekly shows. That's where they want you to watch that content. They don't want you taking money away from them. So they're going to strike you as hard as possible to try to extract every bit of wealth that they possibly can.
And Disney has the rights to copyright claim everything on their trailers, but they realize that this dude here and all the other content creators are more reliable than anything that they could produce. The guy in his basement holding the microphone is a more realistic, is a more trusted source than professional person in a suit, movie critic, anything. These influencers are promoting your stuff. Disney gets that. They're just as evil and greedy. It's just TKO and some of the other studios are evil and greedy and stupid and don't see the value in what content creators do. Even though they're reacting and using your stuff, they don't see the value in what they do.
Yeah, no, I mean, you preaching to the crowd. I definitely agree that, you know, getting it from a smaller creator that you actually trust is more of a needle mover than seeing it on Variety or seeing it on Rolling Stone or seeing it on places where you know that they're working for the studio almost, right? And so yes, this is a more effective way of marketing your stuff. I think even the Disney Corporation is guilty of over exercising their power in terms of stopping people from using their content to create content. And so in that instance, it's more of an industry-wide problem than it is a problem of individuals. TKO is certainly one of the more money-hungry organizations for sure, but it's not something that's isolated to them. Absolutely not. %50 pay cuts. Yeah, for some pretty good acts too. I mean, you asking the New Day to take a 50% pay cut on a contract that was supposed to pay them 7 figures into 2030. Yeah, I'd have told them to suck my dick too. Suck it
There's
easy.
a quote from Robert Downey Jr. recently telling that nowadays people can create celebrity without ever doing much besides rolling a phone on themselves. I don't look at this as a negative thing. I just look at it as more likely the challenge for individuation is being upped. Hopefully the larger part of the youth is going to say, yeah, but that's not my thing. I want to go do something. I'm going to make something. I want to build something. So whatever my output is, it isn't just a self-aggrandizing kind of influencer type thing. When I hear people talk about, oh, the stars of the future are going to be influencers, I go, I don't know what world you're living in, but I think that is absolute horseshit.
He sounds like an old man. He
Robert,
sounds like an old man.
Should the stars of the future still be actors? Like, what do you mean? Why is an actor more valid? Now, if this is accompanied by, you know, people who discover, people who invent, the professor at the university, they should be the stars of the future. The firefighters should be stars of the future, or doctors should be the stars of the future.
Oh no, he means actors.
Yeah,
He
it's like-
definitely means actors.
You guys are less valid, bro. You guys are less value. You guys are approved by someone who is a suit and a millionaire. At least these influencers, they were in the Wild West, and they're getting their viewership and their likability by their own merit.
This is an easy case study. Very easy case study. Who's more popular, Kai Cenat or Austin Butler?
Ooh, I would think, because I saw Kai Cenat like shut down New York City. Kai.
Yeah, I was about to say it's not close. It's definitely Kai Cenat. It's definitely Kai Cenat by a sizable margin. Now, I can't talk about who got more money and all that other stuff. I'm talking about who has more facial recognition, who has more name recognition, who's going to walk down the street in any major city and get stopped first. It's Kai Cenat, and I don't even think it's close.
Yeah.
Let's switch it up. Let's spice it up a little bit. Let's spice it up. Who's more popular, Joe Rogan or Michael B. Jordan?
Probably Joe Rogan. If you look at the viewership of his podcast, doesn't he
And
have
it's
like 10
not
million?
close, chill. And it's not close. Now, the idea that what pushing 50 or wow, how old is Joe Rogan? He might already be 50, pushing 60-year-old former Fear Factor host, right? Is more popular than Michael B. Jordan, but it is 100% fact though, because he commands a larger audience on a regular basis that even contribute to him monetarily. See, what Robert Downey Jr. is stuck in is, when they say influencer, he's talking about the idiots I see on the side of the road with a tripod doing fucking dances in random places. That's what he's set on. He's not set on the idea that Kai Cenat hasn't streamed in 7 months and he's making $200K a month off of paid subscribers. I don't think there's an actor alive that could get that. I don't think that there's an actor alive today that could command that. Meryl Streep and Daniel Day-Lewis couldn't get that. So you have to kind of reimagine what influence is today and how that's translatable to dollars. Now, that's the very top end of influencers. V talking about us, we for sure not monetizing like that. I would much rather be Austin Butler.
I'm working on it.
I would much rather be Austin Butler in my position. But you talk about the very upper echelon level of influencers, podcasters, streamers. It's not comparable to your average movie star today. Maybe not in the 90s, maybe not in the early 2000s or the 80s. But today, the influencers are up, dog. The influencers are definitely up.
You see I Show Speed in the Caribbean all week long?
Yeah. I Show Speed. That's another one too. Is I Show Speed more popular than Sydney Sweeney? Fuck yes. Absolutely.
I don't know about that one. That's kind of hard to compare.
You don't think so?
She's popular.
She's popular. I don't think she's I Show Speed's popular.
Okay.
Maybe there's a bit of a debate there. I think Speed's more popular than Sydney Sweeney.
I agree.
You want Jacob Elordi or you want Andrew Schultz? I don't know what I want, but who's more popular?
I don't know who Jacob Elordi is.
He's in Frankenstein. He was rumored to be the next Bond. Euphoria. He's Nate.
Yeah, I think
None of those hitting.
I go with the influencers. Influencers up. They're all a problem until they can give you that $7,000, and then you're fine. You're the influencer that they want.
Yeah, I think there's a fundamental misunderstanding of what it means to be an influencer today, especially from the older seasoned Hollywood crowd. It's you see some of them trying to make a little bit of a transition, but old habits die hard, man.
Will Smith, he's not old, but I know he went into the content creation space pretty early.
Mm-hmm. And plus, Will Smith has always been very conscious of his outward facing persona. Like he's always been very calculated in the way that he presents to the public. So it's not surprising that he would have an easier transition into that phase of marketing yourself as opposed to some other older, a little bit more stubborn participants.
From the comic book side of the world, Marvel presents Midnight, a terrifying new universe coming this fall. Stay tuned next week for more information on this all-new publishing line, including series and creative team reveals. Okay, I think we'll be here next week talking about this. No idea what it could be, what it could be about, who's going to star in it, who the creatives are, but that is very important. I'll find out how invested I should be when I see Jonathan Hickman, Jason Aaron, Dan Slott, Bendis is back. when I see Stephanie Phillips, and if I see, just the lesser Cody Ziegler's doing this, the guys who are not top tier, then I'll say, oh, that's what I think about this Midnight stuff.
What's the chick who did Excalibur and
Teenie Howard.
Dark Angels? Teenie Howard. There you go. Yeah, Teenie Howard's name all over this.
But it's not interesting. This is something that I want. It's new, it's fresh, right? A new universe. So we'll see how it ties into the main universe or how it doesn't. The Ultimate line is about to come to an end. This is gonna start. Do they have a plan? Should I be invested in an all new universe? I usually don't get invested in new universes, but teasing me and telling me next week more info. Yes, I've been teased and I'm interested in hearing what's coming. Midnight. What could it be about?
I'm going to say that this is Moon Knight driven.
Maybe Cloak? No.
Too big.
Marvel rivals.
This is too big. Yeah, this is too big for Cloak.
Who's got sun powers? That's the question. Because it's Midnight. So like the Void, because he's Sentry's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Maybe they want to do something with him.
Sentry,
and the Void takes over.
Sunspot.
Johnny Storm goes Supernova. He could be the sun, but then he goes Midnight because the Void takes over. You could be a lot of things.
Yeah, no, Midnight makes it feel a little bit more like mythological. Maybe I'm not thinking so much cosmic. I'm thinking more like Blade, Moon Knight, like Midnight Sun, Ghost Rider.
What are these five? These 5 things are circular. Is it a compass? Is it temperature? Is it the clock, sundial?
Yeah, it could be just the hands of the clock. It's facing 12 o'clock right now. Midnight.
Well, fun to look at. You got any guesses there, Darius? Midnight Suns? Oh.
That was my guess.
Well, that's what they got in the comics world. And maybe the Marvel Cinematic Universe will make it a movie if it succeeds in 10 years.
Already working on Midnight Suns. That's how we're going to introduce Blade.
No. At Comic-Con, Kevin Feige put on a hat that said Blade, and Mahershala Ali's playing him, okay?
Yeah, they scratched that out, put a piece of duct tape over it, wrote Midnight Suns, and it's the same hat.
That doesn't sound like a studio who cares about representation.
No, it doesn't. You're right.
Like these guys, come on, relax, bro. Marvel's not racist.
Interesting.
Are we done for the day? There's probably something we didn't bring up.
What are we talking? That's all the topics. Maul finale, Shuri video, Uncle Ben. What's going on with Uncle Ben?
Battery's gonna call us negative again, but Joe Russo reveals why Tom Holland's Spider-Man origin was changed. Even though the MCU has been pretty tight-lipped about Uncle Ben, most reasonably assumed his story must have followed the usual path, where his death was directly tied to Tom Holland and Peter Parker. Joe Russo, however, has now confessed that Peter's MCU origin largely deviates from the traditional canon, revealing he wasn't directly responsible for Uncle Ben's demise.
That's why he had to have his aunt killed? Or that's why he had to be involved in... Well, but he wasn't involved in his aunt's killing. Like, he tried to stop it, but he wasn't the cause of it.
Yeah. Elaborating on the decision to stray from traditional canon, Joe Russo explained that if Tom Holland's Peter had carried guilt over his uncle's death, it would have resulted in a very different character in Civil War. Yeah, see? What Tom Holland as an actor, if he blamed himself for his uncle's death, I think he becomes a very different character. So in our minds, no, he wasn't responsible for Uncle Ben's death. That would have been a different interpretation, a more intense interpretation of the character.
Well, okay, but why is that better? Like, why is a less intense version of Spider-Man on an Avengers team during Civil War better? Okay, let me ask y'all: if Uncle Ben has an origin in the MCU that is just yet to be fleshed out or defined, does that change anything about the appearances that you've seen from Peter Parker so far in the MCU at all?
No.
I don't really get the why we acknowledge this, let alone trying to explain it. We're working a little bit hard to get nowhere. Like, even if this goes over seamlessly, or if you explain it well enough, how does it benefit what we've already seen from Peter Parker in the MCU?
It's a pretty stupid quote to go against the origin of a superhero, and we'll never get a flashback scene showing the Uncle Ben death. This is so useless. He says so in our minds, and when he says that, fine, whatever, in your minds. Until something is canonically on my screen, then I don't care. I really don't care what you think, because canonically, in our minds, those Marvel and Netflix shows, they were not canon to the MCU, and now they are. You know what? I don't care what happens in your guys' minds. What Kevin Feige accepts as canon in his mind doesn't mean anything until I see it on screen, and or Joe Russo, whoever it is.
Yeah. No, this is it feels like an unforced error.
Yeah. This is just more of them showing you that, hey, we are the MCU. We are not your comic books, nerds.
Oh, but I thought the Russos understood. I thought the Russos were coming back to fix the comic book stuff. And the Russos and Joe and Anthony.
This is about Spider-Man, and this ain't got shit to do with Doomsday. This is about Spider-Man and Uncle Ben.
I mean, that's still your boys. Civil
War. You damn right. You damn right. Them is my boys. When it comes to MCU stuff, them is my boys. They have not delivered a shit project yet. So I got to give credit where that shit's due.
In the MCU. Let's
I don't.
The electric state does exist.
Yeah, I don't watch anything they do outside of the MCU. But yeah,
let that one go, brother. Let it go.
Yeah, I don't expect them to. I don't know why Joe said this. I don't know why it was relevant.
Especially because, like, it didn't even even out. Like, all right, so then Aunt May dies, but he's not directly responsible. So what's his inflection? Like, what's his what did they call it in Beyond the Spider-Verse? His is it canon moment? Is that what it was? Canon moment?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what's Peter's canon moment? He just doesn't have one. He's the one true Peter. He's Neo of the Peter universe. I don't need one. All my family members live.
Canon event, I think. Canon level event, something like that.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Michael B. Jordan movie where he is a squirrel swapped?
I saw the preview. I didn't watch the movie.
Okay. He's not a squirrel now that I think of it. He's another one of those rodents, but good for him. It's on Netflix.
No. What is it?
It's an animated movie called Swapped.
You guys watching Man on Fire?
No, should I?
It's decent. It's decent. It's not. I don't think it's as good as Cross, but it's good. Definitely.
Man on Fire a white? Is it a race swap at all?
So John Creasy. The only time I seen John Creasy was in Denzel Washington's Man on Fire series. So
I am on the Wikipedia. They say that Denzel's thing, it was based off a 1980 novel.
So he had never been seen on screen before Denzel Washington.
Yeah, but like
sounds like a black character to me.
He's got. If I see that he's got features that are not black, I can say that it's a white character.
It's a novel. It's not a picture book. Use your imagination. If we never seen him in live action, and the first time we seen him in live action, it was, unless they explicitly say that he was a Caucasian male in the book. If they just leave it up to interpretation, that's a black character. That's a black character.
Yeah,
he was first to media,
what I just
baby.
said. Yeah, they've got to explicitly say so.
But anyways, the show's good. He even sounds like at certain times he's trying to sound like Denzel a little bit, at least to me. But no, it's pretty cool. It's pretty good.
No, I'm not watching Man on Fire. Are you watching Euphoria?
Unfortunately, and I stopped at episode 3. I don't think
you haven't liked it.
Not particularly, no.
It's definitely not season 1 or 2. Definitely not season 1. We strayed from that a long time ago.
It doesn't feel like it has anything to do with the first 2 seasons.
It has nothing to do with the first 2 seasons.
It doesn't feel like it has anything to do with what I just watched for the last 2 or 3 years. And so it's like, well, bro, if I want to watch Pulp Fiction, I'll just watch Pulp Fiction. I don't need this to watch Pulp Fiction.
My thing is, this is the last season, and how many episodes are there? 8?
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck are you wrapping this shit up?
They've taken us so far away from where we started. And what's interesting is that, yeah, we're a ways away from that high school that they was all kicking it at in season 1. But like, none of the characters have progressed. They're the same people.
No, yes, they are the exact same people. Nobody's progressed
at all in the least bit.
No. They tried to make it seem like, they're all doing different things, but no, they're still the exact same people. Cassie's still annoying as shit. Maddie's just skinnier and richer.
Yeah. She got really small too. She got like very thin, a little bit concerned.
Yeah, she's very thin. And Rue is still doing Rue shit, just not on drugs. Which
I'm pretty sure she'll be back on them pretty soon. I don't anticipate that lasting very long.
So you didn't. So if you episode 3, did it end with her getting stopped by the police?
Yeah, she got pulled over.
Okay, yeah. So now she's a snitch. So she's wearing a wire and everything. In episode 4, she's this
girl will never find a loyal bone in her body.
She'll never find peace.
Like it's ridiculous.
Oh God, ridiculous. That's why I said this is how does this end? And then you had so many people not return.
Yeah, Sofia Vergara's daughter didn't come back. She was like, well, I mean, like, if y'all not gonna have anything for me to do, then I'm just not gonna come back. Like, if I had to come back and still be an OnlyFans model, like I was supposed to be as a junior in high school, like what is this? What is this?
Yeah, I was under the impression that they were like sophomores in season 2, so we just skipped graduation,
all of that. The problem is Levinson is too horny, man. He's too horny. And it's obviously that he's horny as hell while he's shooting this shit. We have to, you gotta draw a line between like actual television where there's a story worthwhile watching and just abject pornography. And you know what? You got different audiences for both of those. I'm not saying that you can't serve those interests. I'm saying you gotta pick a lane. You have to pick a lane. Because at a certain point, I'm going to be looking for one of these girls in here to not be like airhead, bubblegum popping nonsense. somebody's got to be able to earn a living without selling their body in some way. Like, Jesus Christ.
The only moral one is Lexi. That's it.
And even she is still the same guarded, sheltered, innocent girl that she was as a sophomore in high school. She hasn't even though her ex-boyfriend is serving 30 years in prison and was involved in a violent shootout, nothing about her life has changed. She's not a different person. They haven't evolved. They haven't matured at all. None of them.
No, none of them. None of them.
So yeah, I stopped on episode 3. Didn't plan on going back.
I was just scrolling as you guys were doing that. Rudy Giuliani died.
Oh, did he?
Really?
So do you think they're actually going to do a season 4 of Euphoria? Or you think this is actually it?
I think this. I mean, this would have to be it. I don't see Jacob Elordi coming back for a season 4, especially with the films and things and offers he's been getting. My name's in the running for Bond, or was in the running for Bond. I'm getting higher offers. I think he got a standing ovation for one of his roles at like one of the award shows or something like that. So like, no, I wouldn't go back to Euphoria because one, if there was a captivating story and we weren't just doing shit that you thought off the fly, then sure. But this is still, like you said, we've strayed so far from season 1 and 2. It's nah. So I don't think you would get him back. You already didn't get barely anybody back from season 1 or 2. Rue's just leaving messages to her mom because you didn't get her mom back.
That's crazy that they didn't because, but again, if we didn't plan on living in California no more, or the shit from last season, or progressing these characters, and we were just gonna take off and go to Mexico and be drug dealers and strippers and OnlyFans models, what we need the parents for?
Right,
what we need them for?
Especially now that they're adults, I guess, because we jumped 4 years.
They explained Storm Reed not being there by, she don't want to talk to me no more. So okay, I guess that's how we're going to end her entire family arc. What's really fucking me up is that this was a show about an addict. Like, at its core, it was a show about an addict, and now she's just not an addict anymore. Like, she just kicked the habit. She ain't going through withdrawals. She ain't even looked at none of the drugs yet. I don't know if that's coming later on in the season, probably. But like, it's they show you so much of what is actually out there in the world, but none of the realism behind it. Like, they're not paying actual consequences for this nonsense, this life that she lived all the way through high school, and somehow she just end up in these great circumstances for her. She's the drug mule that finds her way out of that situation and become a manager at a strip club. Like, how do you just keep falling into these opportunities?
Yeah.
Now she a snitch. Right. Like, she keeps sliding in, upgrading her situation ever so slightly. She was a drug mule. Then she was just working at the strip club. Now she about to get out of both of them with immunity because she a snitch.
If Alamo don't kill her ass first, Alamo. Yeah. She now, and they didn't explain the ashtray stuff. They haven't talked about ashtray. If they did, I missed it.
Oh, he dead. He gotta be dead.
Ashtray, he's dead, but ain't nobody said nothing about shit. Like, we just watched the most dramatic ending to season 2, and
they never said about it.
They never brought it up.
Well, it's the same thing with man, what is that man's name? Cassie's husband, Nate and his dad. Hold on. You mean you sent me to jail? Man, they brought this man back with ALS to act like nothing happened. They made him act with ALS and be drunk the whole time and just act like nothing happened. He sent his father to jail and stole his business. He's divorced from his wife now. What is this nonsense about, it's just easier to be nice? Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? I'm a registered sex offender. You stole my business and got me arrested. What do you mean it's easy to be nice? What
Oh,
story is
man.
this man telling? What human being is that?
Telling you. It's like they just said, how can we ignore?
Everything. Nate goes from a person who will sneak in your house and threaten to blow his own brains out while he's pressed up against your face to allowing his wife to dress up in doggy suits and sell her.
Nate's not even the same Nate. Not the same Nate at all. In attitude, in mind, in anything. Oh shit.
What a funny freeze.
No, he's back.
He's back.
I thought so. Maybe not. But yeah, no.
So apparently he is still alive. If you read the
Who?
bottom left, it says, "We hope you feel better soon." And this is a tweet on Rudy Giuliani's account. So,
Oh, I don't give a fuck about Rudy Giuliani. Him and his president can both go.
to California.
Sure.
Nate kind of the same. He always squirming out some ish.
Nate's one kind of the same. He's always yeah. I don't know though. He's not that same Nate like Marcus was saying, that'll show up to your house, threaten you. Just letting Cassie just now, granted, he is in debt and he's getting his ass beat every other time. Looks like in this new TV spot they show he's gonna have to get his ass beat again.
Bootleg Degrassi. That's a show that needs to come back and probably will. Someone will do it.
I don't know. Could you do Degrassi? Could you give that same? I mean, I guess you could if it's on a certain. It's also from Canada, so I don't know how y'all shit works, but you would have to have that same drama. It would have to be that same, like, feel.
Don't forget, though, that Degrassi was a show from 20 years before, you know, and then they redid it for us, our generation. Some of the parents in that show were kids in the original Degrassi.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll just do this, the cycle again, except now the parents are Emma and Spinner and, you know, the cast and crew we all love. And Euphoria will not have that. Euphoria is just this thing.
No, it won't. It could have. If they would have kept it, it could have, but no, it definitely won't. Definitely won't. And Euphoria was never on the level of Degrassi anyway. Even with,
but they do have a Drake in Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney, I would argue. But they've got two superstars out of the show.
Y'all talking about DeGeneres?
I thought she was canceled. How's she coming back for Finding Dory too?
Who? Ellen DeGeneres?
Yeah.
He's talking about the time Soulja Boy was on Breakfast Club. He mispronounced Degrassi, DeGeneres.
No, he didn't.
That was it. He did. He's the nigga from DeGeneres?
He thought Degrassi sounded out
DeGeneres.
Was DeGeneres. The last season of Degrassi I watched was season 10. So
that's a lot of seasons though, and same with me. I think I made it to 10.
Yeah.
But when that main cast kind of graduated and we were left with like new people, I'd tune in if it was on TV, but I wasn't religious like that.
I was pretty religious. Season 10 was a good season. It was a really good season. But it was my last season.
I know I can make it through.
I like after the Pusha T beef, he did a music video with his Degrassi co-stars. That was cool. And now he's got the Iceman thing. It's like a week from now, right? Very well marketed. Very well.
Yes, on the 15th. You are correct.
Do we know the album cover yet? Okay.
It's the cover of an ICE agent.
Yeah, that'd be funny. But he wouldn't do that.
I bet you that album is going to probably slap. I'm telling you, I'm thinking I bet you it will.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I bet you it will.
We will discuss it after it premieres. We will see.
Drizzy Drake Rogers, Drake Graham. Where's he been? He's been just quietly in the
No,
lab.
he's been around. he's been around making music that y'all didn't like. But
I haven't heard.
no,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not heard shit from. Now I'm sure he has. I just haven't heard anything from Drake since.
You know why?
The beef.
You know why? It's all.
No, we've heard Who's Calling My Phone, Nokia.
Mm-hmm.
I have not. Is this a song by Drake?
You haven't heard Nokia?
Maybe I have. I don't know. Let me see.
Who's calling my phone? Who's calling my phone?
Who's calling that shit?
Oh, that song. Oh.
Yeah. No, he's put out tons of music since the beef.
That one's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad.
You know what I'm saying? It's not bad. That's what I'm saying. Not bad. And this whole album is going to be heat. There's a lake in between those two things. Like there's a lot of space in between. Oh, that's not bad. And oh, that album is heat.
Wait, Nokia was a year ago? Damn.
Yeah.
So he hasn't done anything really in between?
No. He's had a which one? With Central C? You didn't like that one?
Let's see.
Maybe
See,
Sexy Red.
What did I miss? You don't remember what did I miss? That was
what I missed. What did I miss wasn't bad either.
Here we go with all these wasn't bad. Here we go with all these wasn't bad. All these participation as award tracks.
What I missed wasn't that bad.
That sounds like a C+ if I ever heard one.
I'll tell you what, none of these new songs are on on my Drake playlist.
I bet they aren't. But somehow we gonna get something different than all of those on Iceman. Iceman is
I'm
real
saying it's
Drake.
well
That's
marketed.
real Drake.
This thing is being talked about where I'm talking about, and I've never listened intentionally to a Drake song. I don't care about this guy, but Iceman is all over the place.
I think it's finally dropping and the pressure's on. That's what I think. I don't think it's expert level marketing. I don't think it's, oh my God, the level of anticipation for Drake is so high.
Is that iceberg shit still there?
No, they sprayed that shit away.
Oh, okay. So
It's a
did they
bunch of
see what
wasted
was in
water.
the middle?
It was just water, like frozen. And
Just let
they
you know.
at the top there was a streamer, right? And he went into the stream. Drake went into the live chat and he said, "If you want to look for it in the top left," because he wanted somebody to find it before the fire chief decided this is too much.
Hell was it? What was it?
It was a bag with the date in it and a magazine with Drake's face on it.
It was money. It was the It was the release date. It was more than just that. It was like a fun little thing that Drake put together, and it was cool.
A couple of keepsakes, a lock of Drake's hair, a discount to the fan club because you know you got to pay to be in Drake's fan club, so you get a 3 months discount on the fan club, and then he had the album release date in it. And
is that part real? Is that real? The fan club?
No.
Oh.
But I love that it sounded real enough that you had to ask me whether or not.
Yeah,
that's a Drake stunt.
Yeah, no, the whole thing was a stunt. The fact that he found the bag, the fact that nobody swarmed him and tried to take it from him the minute he got it off, to the fact that he somehow wasn't allowed in.
Canadians don't do that to other Canadians like you think they would.
Okay, well, you are a bunch of law-abiding citizens out there. You're all a bunch of very nice people.
We're not about to have a Super Smash Brothers on an iceberg.
Okay, sure. Hey, listen, you are all very well-mannered. Congratulations to you. But the fact that it was like, oh, well, now you can't come to the house like what was supposed to be planned after you found the bag because we got all these people out here, you know what I'm saying? It's too many people swarming the house. And then he finally gets there and there's like 3 people walking around on the fucking sidewalk. All of it felt very like orchestrated. It felt very rehearsed, and it's marketing, so that's the way it's supposed to be. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more authentic enthusiasm. You know what I mean? Some more everyday people. You in Toronto, you can't find 50 people that's genuinely interested in showing up to the ice blocks and looking for the shit. You know, to make it look genuine and not staged.
Drizzy Drake.
We'll see how that album goes. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful.
What did you think about from both of y'all? You know, think about Rivers and Draymond.
So that's recent. That didn't happen like a year ago. Weren't they already arguing about Austin Rivers' career and whatnot? I feel like we already did this before. I mean, Austin Rivers is the more skilled player. Draymond had the better career. That's where I can leave that.
I agree with everything Austin Rivers said about that man. Everything in his clapback, not the first, everything he said in his clapback and the first time. The first time, all he said, he gave Draymond his accolades. He was like, "Oh yeah, Draymond is this, he's that, he's this, he's that." Draymond just didn't like the fact that he said, because Draymond said, "We never had a play drip around me." For what? To do what?
Never had a play drawn up for who? Austin Rivers?
No, for Dre. Dre was like, "Well, all the time that we never had a play drawn up for me." To do what? Hit someone? Argue with them? Like, what are you gonna do?
First of all, I don't even know if that's true, because 2015, 2016. Well, again, he can say what he want. I know what I saw. In 2015 and 2016 Warriors, Draymond Green was not only bringing the ball up the court, a lot of the times he was setting up the offense. So maybe those plays weren't meant to go to him, but he was definitely part of the offense. Like, I don't want to hear that.
I agree with him. I agree with you. I think he's been a part of the offense. He's just under this illusion that he's an all-star. I think because he's played with all-stars, he groups himself with them. But you're not an all-star.
He has been an all-star.
He's had all-star moments.
He's not a perennial all-star. Like, year in, year out, is he an all-star level player? Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, no.
Has he been a all-star at a certain point in his career? Yeah, you can give him that.
I think like when you see a kid that shows promise, I think he's shown promise of all-star. But
no, I mean, he's actually made an all-star team before. He has been an all-star.
I think twice he's been selected.
Yeah,
we're talking about like what, the NBA All-Star, like Olympics?
No, the All-Star team in the NBA.
Well,
4 times.
I think that's
he has definitely
popularity too. But because the All-Star games ain't what they used to be. But I think
now to that point though, Austin Rivers has never been an All-Star. Not a day in the NBA. Not a day walking this earth has he ever been an All-Star. And that's with me admitting that Austin Rivers is probably the more skilled player.
You said he's a 4-time All-Star. Yeah, Battery. He's a 4-time All-Star in way of what? His rings?
No, meaning he got voted into the All-Star.
Oh, okay.
Game
Is he talking about the? So wait a minute. Are we talking about because I haven't watched an NBA All-Star game in quite some time. Are we talking about February?
Yeah,
All-Star weekend.
Draymond Green is a former All-Star, 4-time.
I don't doubt that, but I also just say the NBA All-Star game is not what it used to be, and I think it's a lot of popularity shit.
It's not like the last 4 years either. This is like his prime years, probably like 15 through 17 is probably when he got those.
Yeah, no, I can't call Draymond, and I think he's delusional with some of the stuff he just recently said about him, and I don't even like Steve Kerr. Stuff he just said about Steve Kerr holding him back. Nigga, from what?
Well, maybe that's a bit overblown. They did trade, or they let Harrison Barnes walk so that you could be the full-time 4. I don't know how much more they could.
And they closed the pool party down for your ass. What are you talking about? They closed the pool party down. They sent the Slim Reaper on for you.
Well, that might not have been a bad thing with the Jordan Poole thing. I don't think I've heard Jordan Poole do shit since he left the Warriors, but yeah.
Arthur tells me to check my history. Draymond what? Draymond is an all-star. And okay, we had this conversation last night when I streamed. I never said Draymond wasn't listen, I'm not gonna explain this again, but I will. I'm not saying the nigga doesn't contribute, because he does. Prime example I gave last night is the example I'll give today. In 2016, we needed him. Arguably, I think Steph could have 5 rings if we have Dre that game he suspended and he wasn't supposed to, because he was just shut the fuck up. We needed him. So I'm not saying the nigga doesn't do shit. I'm saying the illusion that I think you're under, and obviously him too, that he's an all-star is false.
But that's not an illusion. He actually earned that accolade.
Listen,
he's literally
this is not the same NBA.
He just refuses to acknowledge that this man is already an elected all-star. He's already crossed that. That's like telling Joe Biden, hey, look, I don't care what you say, Joe Biden, you ain't no motherfucking president. Look, like
I get it. I get it. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's the Defensive Player of the Year. I get he's been a 4-time All-Star. But when he says the things that he said on his podcast about, being held back and never having plays drawn for him and things like this, I'm like, nigga, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? He's never been the guy that's going to come in and give us 30. Draymond is a defensive guy. He's going to come in. He's going to do little things. He's going to do dog work and all that type of shit. He's never given us 30. It's like Austin said. That's why the motherfuckers leave you open. Even Austin even gave a better example. If he gets a rebound and he just takes it up the lane, that's why he just has the lane, because niggas aren't worried about him. They're fanning out to get Clay. Where's Clay? Where's Steph? Where's KD? Play D. Let that nigga drive if he wants. Oh, well. We don't care.
I'm just
He's
surprised
a threat
of
on defense.
How low profile Austin Rivers is, and like the Kwame Brown stuff from yesteryear. This is kind of what that reminds me of. Like, you're just Kwame Brown now. Isaiah and Michael and some of these higher profile stuff, Shaq and Kobe. That's what I want to dig into that and see why so and so hates so and so. But when we're talking about Austin Rivers and Draymond, 4-time All-Star Draymond Green, I can give it a day. I like to see Draymond Green on Inside the NBA, though. I do like him as an entertainer.
If this is like Paul Pierce saying this, if this is like if this is Dwayne Wade saying this, if this
even a supporting character, a role player on the New York Knicks, at least he's on the Knicks, But
I'm saying a player who you could reasonably line your career up versus the player that you're criticizing, and it could stand the weight, right? Like it could stand up. I don't think that's the case here. Like, any criticism you would have to Draymond, you would ultimately then have to rank yourself underneath Draymond, because I don't think there's an argument to saying that Austin Rivers had a better career than Draymond Green. And not just in terms of team success, like individual success. Yeah, Draymond Green is a Defensive Player of the Year. He's a 4-time All-Star, first team All-NBA defensive team multiple times. Like, there's no way of slicing this pie where as good as Austin Rivers was in high school and college, where their NBA careers measure up. They just don't. And so it for me, while you may have a lot of valid points on Draymond Green, and maybe, yes, he is overestimating his worth and his value as a player, you still have to pay deference. Like, as an Austin Rivers type player, it would be like he did. It would be like Derek Fisher trying to criticize Ben Wallace. Or try to say Ben Wallace didn't do this, didn't do that, wasn't that good. It's like, yeah, okay, D-Fish, I hear you, but like, you averaged 8 for your career, and Ben Wallace was a former Defensive Player of the Year. So it's hard. It's hard.
This is what Austin said first.
Had this to say about his head coach, Steve Kerr.
Oh, man, I knew this was coming.
As much as he's done for me in basketball, a part of me think he's hindered me in my career and what I could have become. When KD came from 2016 on, I have not had a play in our playbook. Not a single play that we run for me in our playbook. This is 2016. But if you're going to take one gripe and not be able to move pass it for all the other things, then you're shallow as a person. That says more about you as a person than it does about Steve or whoever else in that instant. You got to take the good with the bad, man.
Can he be right in both cases that he wasn't featured at all? But, I mean, how do you feature Draymond Green?
Feature him doing what?
I don't know.
Feature him doing what?
I'm trying to be fair to the context of this.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's utter ridiculous. And you know what's shocking? Because Draymond has such a basketball, he has such a high IQ. That's a big part of his game is how smart of a basketball player he is. So it bewilders me that he even thinks like this, because it's like, Draymond, them taking a chance on you and them playing you and Steve putting you at the forefront of that offense, making you be the point forward and kind of the, letting you have that voice.
I'll take some of what I said
freedom
back.
to have your, whether it's
Austin was giving him his accolade,
or to be the emotional leader of that team. Steve let him be who he was. So to hear he was hindered, especially Draymond's never been an offensive score juggernaut. He's left open 80% of the game. No one guards him. And because he's such a high IQ player, he's been able to take that and be a free screener for Steph, Clay. He's been this enforcer. He does all these things defensively to dominate. I don't know what way he was hindered and why they would ever draw up plays for you to score. You were never a scorer. In fact, the teams would have loved it. If you were shooting, it'd be much better than Steph not. Or Clay or Kevin not.
This is where he took offense.
It's just
this is where he took offense.
I don't even know
right
where
here. Yes, I know this is where he got offended, but he shouldn't, because it's facts.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. He was speaking facts. Like he let you be a
wait a minute. A play? How many plays are in the playbook? If there's only 3 plays in the playbook, fine. But if there's like 30, how many playbooks are in? How many plays are in the playbook?
At what point are we running our offense through? We don't have time to gamble and run our offense.
The problem with that is that even one play with Draymond Green, where we're supposed to shoot with Draymond Green, that is not there. There's no situation where you have Klay Thompson and Steph Curry on the same floor as Draymond Green, and the best option is drawing up a play for Draymond Green to shoot. And from that standpoint, with a player with that type of IQ, you would expect Draymond Green to understand that. Like, all right, I get it. Maybe you want to be more of a guy, but the guys you have are the greatest shooters of all time. Every shooting opportunity for them is needed. Every single one.
I think if you want an easy 2, and he is a professional basketball player, 4-time All-Star, you got Kevin Durant and Clay and all these decoys on the court who are a higher priority to defend. Allowing for Draymond Green to
and if I'm the front office and that's your coaching move, I'm firing you.
Yeah, it may sound crazy, but a contested Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, or Steph Curry shot
is a better
shot than a wide open
going
Draymond
to
Green
a gamble.
Yeah,
a gamble with you can disagree.
It sounds crazy. It really does.
I would have to I'd have to get rid of you, brother, because you're telling me you've got Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, and Draymond Green all on the floor. You got 5 seconds left in the game, and you're telling me the best option that you drew up was Draymond Green, and that's a gamble option instead of the Slim Reaper, the MVP, unanimous MVP. And Klay Thompson, one of the Splash Brothers, and you're taking a gamble on Dre.
So when there's 5 seconds on the line, when there's 5 seconds, the game is on the line, is different than the whole entire playbook not having a play for Draymond Green. If we just take out the names, just choose a random team like the current day Hornets right now. Okay, if the Hornets, LaMelo Ball's probably getting a lot of those plays. But there's probably some guy who's the starting center. I have no idea who that is. He's probably got a play or 2 in that playbook, and I think Draymond is entitled.
You're now comparing apples and oranges. The Hornets you cannot compare to that Warriors team that he was a part of. It's a 48 minutes. We don't have time to try shit. We're chasing a championship here. Every fucking game matters. I don't have time to try shit with Dre. I don't have time for that.
I also think that it's a little bit misrepresenting the situation. Having a play called for you just means that you're the person who's supposed to take the shot at the end of the play. That doesn't mean that you're not a part of the play. That doesn't mean that we're not calling for you to do something that's important for the play to go off. And that was his role. He was supposed, since players are playing him 10, 12 feet off, you screen for Clay or screen for Steph so that when they come off, there's nobody there because your man's down in the paint waiting for you to roll. Or you're able to push the pace coast to coast after taking a rebound because nobody's picking you up full court. Exactly. Those are the things that we needed Draymond to do. And that was part of the offense. It doesn't tell the whole story when you say, oh, well, a play wasn't called for me. No, you just weren't called to shoot the ball, but we did need you to run these plays. Like you were the engine that kept these plays going, being a point forward. So it's not telling the whole story when he's telling it. He just didn't, they wouldn't let him shoot. And the only thing I can say to that is get in the gym. Make your percentages go up, and then maybe they'll draw something for you to shoot.
Ugly as shit, but you want to complain about not getting the ball, man.
Get in the gym, man.
You better get your ass in the gym. Yeah. So then he came back and said what he said, and then Austin went off. in the go off. I can't wait to hear Dre's response to that go off, because that go off would have shut, man, Austin in that go off.
Yeah, really. I don't know how serious I can take it, man, because at the end of the day, Austin Rivers, and I respect Austin Rivers, but like you don't want to get into a my career versus your career conversation with Draymond Green. It's the wrong target.
I agree with you. Just listen to what he said here.
This is ridiculous. Seriously. Ridiculous. But you know what? I'm going to address it because you crossed the line and you were mad disrespectful for whatever reason. You've been around too long. We both were drafted in the same class. The fact that you don't have the wherewithal to do your due diligence and actually understand, I was being highly complimentary of you on the Dan Patrick show, but it's you, and I shouldn't be surprised. You always act irrationally, emotionally immature, and your anger always puts you in hot water. So here I am having to address a video of you belittling my career. First off, Draymond, we weren't the same players in high school. I don't care about our numbers being similar. I did it at the national level, at the top level.
Oh, come on, thing.
Did he say in high school?
Because Draymond brought up high school.
Hence why I got the Naismith Award, and I got pretty much every award you could think of in high school. I was ranked number 1. You were ranked, I don't know. So cut it out. Next. College, you actually were a really good college basketball player.
He was a damn good college basketball player.
I was only there for 6 months. Something you could never do. Talk about I was, one of the featured guys. No, I was the guy. I led my team in scoring. I was first team All ACC, freshman player of the year, lottery pick. Stop. Next. NBA. Hey, man, you got it, Dre. I mean, listen, I played in the NBA for more than 10 years, more than a decade, but 11 years, but I'm not a Hall of Famer like you. So I'll give you that credit. All right, you got it. But let's peel back that onion and understand why.
Let's peel it back.
Easy, Tiger. Okay? You have the delusion, the non-wherewithal, the irony of you saying I'm part of the biggest bailout in NBA history. Draymond, you were the luckiest basketball player I think I've ever seen, especially in modern day history.
Come on.
Let's talk about that. You were drafted to a franchise with the Hall of Fame front office, Bob Myers, Hall of Fame coach, Steve Kerr, the greatest shooter of all time, and perhaps the top 5 player of all time, Steph Curry, Hall of Fame.
You know why this doesn't work? Because are you going to say the same thing to Tim Duncan? You're going to say the same thing, Hall of Fame front office with R.C. Buford, Hall of Fame head coach with Greg Popovich, Hall of Famer already on the roster in David Robinson. Are like, give the same way you want credit for what you did in the NBA and high school and college and all that. Give the man his just due. Don't make it all about Steph and Clay, because there were other players that played with Steph and Clay that don't have a Hall of Fame career. Like, you can't disqualify everything that he was able to accumulate as a player by saying, well, oh, you played with great players around you. Austin Rivers, you've been on 10 different teams. You've played with a whole bunch of great players. So, like, it's just not as simple as saying, oh, well, it was everybody else that made you a Hall of Famer. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't get into disqualifying him because he tried to disqualify you. Somebody got to be the bigger person. I hate to break this down into like a parent type of conversation, but somebody got to tell the truth.
They've now called it to like a one-on-one. Well, Austin did. Dre hasn't replied, I don't think, yet.
Where is it going to go? Draymond's going to stop him from scoring and then not be able to score. It's going to be 0-0 for 20 minutes. The game going to be deadlocked at 0 for a fucking hour.
Yeah.
Here's an example of a play where it's not Devin Booker or some of the stars on the Phoenix Suns scoring.
What an incredible job by Monty Williams designing that play to perfection.
Like DeAndre Ayton,
I coached it. I know exactly what you're talking about, but you're still missing, I think, what we're saying.
Yeah,
as a coach,
offensively, it's not even DeAndre Ayton. He's not even that level of a player.
As an AAU coach, there's no way in hell I would have. My dogs had plays. If you weren't one of the dogs that I knew were going to, without a shadow of a doubt, score, you did not have a play on. No, for what?
How many plays out of the? What number of plays? How many plays are there?
In my book, I don't know. Mainly random motion anyway.
But how many plays can you give me? Like 10, 20, 30, 40?
No, hell no. It's an AU. No, the fuck we running 10, 20, like maybe 2, 3.
You had 3 plays?
It's
AU basketball is different from football. Basketball, you have counters.
That's why I'm trying to get you to understand. It's
so the playbook in basketball is more like sets. You run the set, and then how you play it depends on how the defense reacts. Right?
And
if
then
they do this, we go here. If they take this away, we do that. So those are your quote unquote plays. What Draymond is saying is they didn't have a set that was set up specifically to get him open.
So my ignorant question is, how many sets are there in total?
It just depends. For like I said, for me, I had 3 because one, you had to get me at a half court. You had to get me in a half court setting, stop us in a half court setting for me to even set up a play.
Even set something up.
My defense was so fucking tough. It transitioned to our offense. You had no time to stop us.
So you got the 3 plays in AAU. In the National Basketball Association, is 3 plays standard also?
No.
Let's say they had 10 sets at the Warriors that they ran. I don't think 5 of those should be set up for Clay. 5 of them should be set up for Steph. And
I
then,
agree with that when it's 10.
Yeah, off of the counters. Now Draymond may have a counter where he gets hit in the corner for a shot, or he may have one where he's a roller now and he gets the ball and he catches it in the middle. But there's not all right, we're screening for Draymond to get him this open corner 3. It's just unproductive because he's going to get that ball as a result of a collapsing defense anyways. So there's no reason for us to draw it up specifically for him to get the first shot. It's not good basketball when you have Clay and Steph on the team.
I think because Clay and Steph are such attention-grabbing people, it will leave for opportunities for Draymond to be open.
Absolutely.
And those plays should be with the intention of this is what happens when all eyes are facing Wardell.
What you just said is how Draymond made his all-star career, but those are not plays being called for him.
Those aren't plays.
We're calling them for Steph and Clay, and he happens to be open. So that's how he's going to get the ball.
Yeah, you can anticipate that. Those should be plays. They should be literally, no, Steve Kerr should say, since everyone thinks of Clay and Steph, that's when you're under the rim and we get you. And if you can't do that, then the counter can exist also.
That's just good basketball.
So then we should have just made him feel better by stroking his ego and saying, all right, this one's for you, Draymond.
And first of all, you're too old for me to have to come pat you on the back and say, that's for you.
And say, this is your play. Like, you a grown-ass man. You know where you're going to get the ball.
I'm like, yeah, you scored. But in reality, it's about. I'm sorry. In reality, I'm making plays for Clay, Steph, and KD. I'm not making a play for Draymond. I'm even making a play for Poole. And the pool party's what's good time. You ain't getting no play either.
Yeah. Well, I hope he continues on Inside the NBA all playoffs long because I love hearing him banter.
He loves hearing him banter. That's what he needs to be doing. He needs to go on ahead and, whenever it's all done, get up there with Charles and them, because that is where
I think he might replace Charles. Charles keeps saying about how he got 2 more years left, and if Draymond's done playing basketball in 2 years, it's just a perfect seamless replacement.
Well, that's where he shines. That's where he shines. He needs to get up there. His podcast, all that stuff. Yeah. That's where that man shines.
Yes. So that's the Pantheon for today, unless you guys have any more to add. Yeah,
Sounds a good
T'Challa
place
should
to
be
stop.
recast. The anti-Shuri stuff is a trap. Focus on the T'Challa and redirect the conversation to Tucson. If they are all pro-Shuri and yada, 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 remind them that the bastard from Haiti is the replacement of Shuri. Let's all be angry together.
Yes, I agree with that. Also, the Lakers are going to get swept. Last thing. That's what it's seeming like. Seems like they're about to get swept. So much so they got LeBron acting up at having words with Caruso at the foul line.
125, 107. With AC, he better chill. AC is a national treasure over here. We don't disrespect Alex Caruso over here.
I do like Alex Caruso.
Did Shannon Sharp
got their
do a
ass
Lakers in 5 yet?
It's
Ain't
definitely
no
not
way.
going to be Lakers in 5. They just lost 107, 125. They down 0-2.
And
Okay,
these
they can
two,
still
so
win in 6.
they go. These next two will be in
LA.
I can't see LeBron giving up 2 in LA, but this is the same nigga. I'm so sick of him. Every time they interview him, he's like, "Man, I don't care about that. I'm old. I'm retiring." Then retire. Shit. Shut up. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of it. I'm sick
I think
of
everybody got excited that they beat the Rockets and forgot what this team was. I think they just kind of forgot what we had, but we shall see how it goes.
That is true. They don't have Luka, but I don't even know. Even with Luka, I don't know if it's 107, 125. I'm not Thunder. I'm not thundering up over here or anything like that. I do like them because they are my OKC team, but
please stop.
But those niggas are good. They're really good.
Hey, did you guys hear the Ohio fans chanting USA at the Raptors and then they played Not Like Us in the arena? That was bad.
Damn.
Yeah, those Trump supporters getting all USA patriotic on us.
Who
You
said
guys
it?
went red, and we were reminded.
Tell you what was funny. Speaking of Trump fans and stuff, there was this part's not funny. There's a shooting over the weekend here, at a Lake Arcadia. Several people died. Some people are injured too. But it was one of those, you've seen those posters people do like for events and stuff. It's like mainly a black event. So it was a black event. And the racist shit that these people are saying on, the stuff that's getting shared on the internet, on Facebook and things like that, the residents of Oklahoma on the news page that covered it. Man, I am like, and it's funny because somebody said what's crazy, and it's the most liked comment. They commented and said, "What's crazy is all you are going to be cheering Thunder up tonight." And I'm like, yeah, that's true. Sitting here saying the ignorant shit y'all saying, about to go throw on your Shea Gilgeous-Alexander jersey.
Love to do that. Love to do that. Those the good one.
Man,
Shea Gilgeous is a good one.
Oh yeah, I said the same thing because somebody else in the comments said we got some great boys. They're not John Morant. I was like, nigga, y'all be saying
got some great boys. They're not John Morant.
I said y'all be saying like y'all. You think you're hiding your racism,
say, man? We sure do got that boy broken in well. Got him trained real good.
Oh man, I was like, but he's not John Morant.
He's a Demetrius.
Oh man, crazy.
All right, folks.
That's it.
You can catch me on Sunday at 4:30. I will be there live and in action with Josh on the couch. Come check us out.
I'll try to talk to Ken Lashley again, get you content regarding T'Challa recast, all that fun stuff that you guys watch. Be sure to like and retweet them and amplify these messages because greatest black character in the history of fiction is on the line.
Ooh, yeah. I may not be on there. Good point, Lawrence. I may not.
Oh yeah, Mother's Day is Sunday.
We shall see. Yeah,
That is not a real holiday, Marcus. You're going to be there on Sunday.
I have a mother and a wife, so it's real enough for me.
How's your great grandma? 106? 106 and live?
Doing yep, and alive.
Yeah.
Doing well.
Yes. I don't think I'll be live tomorrow, but I'll be live on next week, Monday, Tuesday, all the same stuff. All that stuff. Michael is currently sitting at 443 million. Go see it. Still hasn't opened in South Korea yet.
Creeping on up.
Let's go.
Go
get
see
that thing to as high as you can get it, and hasn't released in Japan or Korea yet.
So go and see that if you have not seen it. Other than that, I will see you on
I was
Monday.
supposed to do a Michael presentation. You want to say that for tomorrow, for next week?
You were supposed to come on here with some Ianu. We were supposed to be talking to Ianu this week.
We were supposed to talk about it last week and the week before. Let's do Ianu and Michael next time. But I had a whole thing prepared where I was gonna do the slides and talk about all that. But we'll do it tomorrow. Next week, I'm Chill. He's Marcus. That guy is Darius, and this guy is an alcoholic named Josh.
Hey, I've been watching y'all every single time on Thursday and Friday because I swear to God, y'all switch up every now and then. But rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.
I doubt.